It's the Orioles on Masson, and Birdland is back on after a rainout last night here at Fenway Park in Boston. Orioles and Red Sox have a day-night double-header to play as they are rounding out the season games against one another. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome for the Orioles doubleheader. That means problems again when it comes to pitching. Orioles have had that all season long. They just have not had the arms to get through a lot of games. It'll be an interesting day today as they have not named the starter for game number 2. Try and figure out what to do depending on how this first game goes. Doubleheaders used to be a tradition in baseball, not anymore. Here's what the Orioles have done when it comes to doubleheaders this season. You see that against the Rays, a split. The Yankees, a split. They have also played against the Red Sox. They lost the doubleheader, and that happens to be the only doubleheader the Red Sox have played this year. And then the double loss against the Yankees. So 2-6 when it comes to doubleheaders. Now, once upon a time, there were lots of these. The Orioles this year are tied for most in doubleheaders played with the Nationals and the Tigers. 32 doubleheaders, Major League Baseball, the most since 2011. Bad weather caused that. Over 100 doubleheaders as recently as 1979. They used to be regularly scheduled. In fact, Sundays were doubleheader days in a lot of ballparks. But Jim Palmer, not anymore, and the Orioles play 2 today.
Oh, no. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to run down the bottom of the, because I was a Yankee fan growing up in New York, and I'd go, Yank Sweep 2, the Daily Mirror, now the Daily News. And actually the first, and almost every Sunday you'd have a doubleheader. If you were in Yankee Stadium, you'd have a half hour between games. You'd go in and they had ham and cheese and a yoo-hoo. That was your meal. A little bit better food now. And here was the first split doubleheaders because of the small capacity at Fenway Park. So the way they used to buy us off, Gary, was they would send us up to the Yawkey room between games, give us a slab of like a steak, like a sirloin or something like that, and we were supposed to be happy. Again, those days have changed. But they're playing it today because obviously the Red Sox are getting ready for the the division series that starts a week from Friday, and they want to get their pitch in. The Orioles get to see Price and Sale. 2 for the price of 1. No, actually 2 for the price of 2, because I'm telling you, it's no Sale when Sale's pitching. So, again, they want to just get ready, and they weren't going to play last night because of the fact that maybe somebody was going to get hurt.
All right, let's see what happens here. Game 1 of the doubleheader. It is a split day, so this one at 1 o'clock and then tonight at 7. Back to look at Game 1 in a minute. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide, that's transparency. And by American Standard. Find your local independent American Standard heating and air dealer at midatlanticcomfort.com. Day and night of heavy rain yesterday. Sun shining right now. There are some clouds around. Our game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. 82 degrees, and it's not comfortable. The humidity is way up, 73%. We've gone from the beginning of fall in game one right back to the middle of summer for the doubleheader day here today. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency. Mullins, Villar, and Jones, Mancini, Beckham, and Nunez, Rickert, Wins, and Wilkerson. Trey Mancini at Fenway, very solid career numbers.
And David Price, well, boy, has he been good since the All-Star break. You can see the cutter because it's got a lot of movement. I mean, he still throws anywhere from about 92 to 94. Maybe he'll touch a little bit higher than that. So again, some struggles early on, but since the All-Star break, he's gone 5-1. He's given up 2 runs a game. Did give up 4 runs in his last game, a couple of fly ball home runs, actually 3 of them down the right field line in New York.
Mullins goes after it and will foul it off. Orioles are going to see a couple of left-handers, so Mullins, at least here in game one, will get an opportunity to show whether or not he actually is going to be able to do something from this side of the plate against the left-handed pitchers. Not many better than Price, Sale, who are going to be the 2 starting this doubleheader for the Red Sox. Mullins had an 0 in the first game, 0 for 3. He's had a couple of at-bats against Price and has picked up a hit against him, 1 for 2. Devers in at third base to protect on the bunt. Pops that one up in the air back. That also is going to be out of play.
Yeah, just again, and just the cutter, what it does, it just gives him a lot of late movement. It's not quite as firm as that fastball. So here's a guy that can be really, really good. Cy Young Award winner. You go back and look at 2012. He moved all the way to the first base side of the rubber.
And Mullins will go in the strikeout. And so Price gets his 172nd.
Well, when you're a good pitcher, you're not afraid of throwing the ball over. So you got a couple of pitches to maybe hit. They weren't meatballs in the middle of the plate, and then he goes to the changeup. So cutter, and then perfect changeup off the outside corner.
He is exactly 1 strikeout per inning for every inning pitched this year. The Red Sox have gone 21-8 in the 29 games he has started this season. Here is Jonathan Villar hitting in the number 2 spot. He too had an 0 in the opener, 0 for 3. Or he'll get their switch hitters there, and that is going to be in there for a strike. Villar has faced Price a number of times. He's gone 2 for 12 against the Red Sox starter. Villar's 254 right-handed, 271 left. Only 1 home run from this side of the plate. That one up in the air is going to be playable. Wind blowing out towards left, and it's actually carrying that ball all the way to the wall and hauled in by Benintendi. The wind got a hold of that because it was high, and it just kept drifting and drifting, and he ended up against the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's pretty routine till, as you mentioned, it just keeps going. So, I mean, he's waiting. Boy, you better backpedal. And again, there is some sun in and out because of the cloud cover. So, again, you can hear the bang of the wall.
I love the sound effects. Yeah. That was beautiful. So, 2 down. That'll bring up Adam Jones.
Yeah, so, well, you right away we find out what the wind's doing.
Yeah.
You ever thought it might affect the ball and maybe carry?
No.
Oh, there you go. Pop up, almost double off the green monster.
That did go. Adam Jones will take the pitch for a strike. Adam getting the start in left field again. His 2nd start in left field with the Orioles. He had an 0 in the first game. He too went 0 for 3. Lifetime a 236 hitter off David Price. Pitch is away. Price scary numbers against the Orioles as he comes in here having worked 15 innings this year. He's given up 2 runs on 10 hits. He has struck out 19, and he has not walked a batter this year in his starts against the Orioles in what's about to become 16 innings.
Yeah. You know, lifetime, you could see right there, 14-5, low ERA. So, and again, the ability, you know, when he came out, he number 1 draft choice with the Tampa Bay Rays, and you know, he's throwing 97, 98. You know, he's 6'5" out of Vanderbilt, first not only the #1 draft choice, the first guy picked in the country.
And Jones will take the pitch, and it'll be down low. Price working a little carefully to Adamir and missed it away. So the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. Game 1 of the doubleheader here at Fenway Park. This one the makeup game for the rainout in last night's ball game. Pitch on the way to Adam, a check swing. They're not even going to ask.
Yep.
And the count goes full. 3.
Well, a little cutter, and again, because he's so good at pitching away and then in, let's see, no, not even close. And the irony is the only guy with any lifetime home runs sitting on the bench, Chris Davis.
Yep, Chris has good numbers against the left-hander. Pitch on the way, and Jones will ground that one to short. Bogarts, Xander's throw, and Price starts it with a 1-2-3 inning and 12 pitches thrown. On the year, Betts, Benintendi, Martinez, Bogarts, Moreland, and Kinsler. Devers, it'll be Swihart and Leone in the 8 and 9 spots, and for Mookie Betts, the last 3 just kind of reflect the rest of the year.
Yeah, nice little 3 home runs, 10 for 16. So Ryan Meisinger, well, what, sophomore year at Bradford University, the last start, so he gets to do something not used to. Slider's been really good. So again, out of the bullpen lately. He has really pitched well. Scoreless starts, breaking balls been pretty good. Not a hard thrower, 90-91. And again, this is the best offense in baseball, so he's got his work cut out for him.
Mookie Betts, the probable MVP in the American League, leading it off. 3-game hit streak for him. Big night in the opener against the Orioles, 2 for 5, a homer, and he had 2 RBIs. Meisinger's slider is going to miss outside. Meisinger has no experience against the Red Sox. First time that he has faced them. Had a combined 3.13 ERA and a 2.0 record with AAA Norfolk and AA Bowie. Of course, he gets a base hit. So Betts is on with a single. That's a 4-game hit streak. Give you a chance to take a look a little more in depth at the Orioles starter.
Yeah, again, so 7 starts. Again, those were his only starts all the way back when he was a sophomore. Pitched well. 17 saves, went to the bullpen, which is pretty much the way he's been used in the minor leagues. Not overpowering, as we mentioned. So if you don't throw strike 1, and we saw it right there, they're going to sit on a fastball, give them the breaking ball, and they're going to hit the ball pretty hard because that's what they do.
VR getting his sunglasses, so a little moment taken there. Here's Benintendi getting the start in left field. Meisinger's pitch to him is going to go down the line, curving, and it will be a foul ball.
Take a look at the defense for the Orioles. A little bit different. We saw Jones for the first time. Adam played left on Monday. Mullins, Rickard in right. Nunez, VR, Wilkerson, who's played well defensively. Mancini at first, and then Austin wins. Another opportunity to catch.
Benintendi getting on base a lot, 2 for 4 in game 1. picked up his 71st walk in that game. That's foul off him in the batter's box. So he's had 71 walks and 21 stolen bases. Those are career highs in both categories for Andrew Benintendi. And an 0-2 count on him.
Well, turned 24 back in what, August, and again, as we've told you, #1 round draft choice out of Arkansas.
That'll be upstairs and foul. Count will stay at 2.
So he signed in 2015. A bit of time. What, I've got 124 bats, so almost 200 at bats next year. Starts out at Double-A, and then next thing you know, he's in a Red Sox uniform. Great year last year, now a regular.
He's had more RBIs against the Orioles this year than any other member of the Red Sox. That's saying a lot. He's got 19 runs batted in against the Orioles, hitting .373 against the O's pitching this year. The Red Sox have won 15 of the 17 games these two teams have played this year. And they're going to wrap it up today, of course, with this doubleheader. Runner goes. Oh my gosh, they got him picked off. Throw. Meisinger not going to get him. He had taken 3 or 4 steps, Betts did, and then Meisinger stepped off, so Betts put the brakes on and came back to first base.
Yeah, and I'm imagine somebody said step off, but he just figures maybe he's going to be at second. They don't have time to say step off and throw to first, so they just go step off, which he did, and he's looking around. By that time, Mookie gets back.
And the pitch will be taken up high and away. Against Meisinger, obviously limited innings, but base stealers are 3 for 3 in the chances against him.
Well, you
and
got
Betts has got 29 out of 35.
Yeah, you got 50 stolen bases from Benintendi and Betts.
He was off and running again. Ball's going to be fouled back. Benintendi protecting on the 1-ball 2-strike count.
I'll take a look right there again. Big jump. Well, Mookie, he can pretty much do whatever he wants to on the field, whether it's defensively, offensively. He can steal a base. You know, his skipper Alex Cora in his first year certainly knows that. Gives him a lot of options as a manager.
So Meisinger has to worry about that and make the throws over. Just a distraction when obviously that's one of the intents.
Well, you know that if you don't get the ball, I mean, the ideal time would be under 1.3 seconds to get it to your catcher. And a lot of guys can't do that.
Meisinger's delivery over the top. Check swing back to the mound. Meisinger for 1. Relay throw. Not quite in time. They gave it a chance on that, though. And Meisinger gets the lead runner, Betts, at second base.
Well, there's the speed factor of Andrew Benintendi. It's a check swing, but he still gets out of the box well. A lot of times you won't. Take a look. Great angle right here. I mean, so right there, I mean, he's going to go. He almost falls down, but it's not a good throw. Kind of like a changeup. Instead of taking a little, get your hands together, crow hop, and put something on it, he throws him a changeup. By the time he gets it, Benintendi recovers, and he only gets 1 out.
So a good play by Villar to hang on at second base. Here is J.D. Martinez, their DH, 0 for 2, couple of walks in the first game. He'll take that one to center field. That one's going deep to the well where it's 420. Mullins looking, and that'll take a hop right at the 420 mark. Coming around is Benintendi, and he stops at third. How can that be? Benintendi's at third base on a 420-foot double, but he had to wait to see if Mullins was going to make the catch.
Yeah, he must not get a good read, Gary, because again, I mean, this is what JD can do. I mean, there's no chance he's going to catch this ball. I think it's really the third base coach, Carlos Feliz. He just stops him. Because again, I mean, the ball is going away from 103 miles per hour. And then right here, he's looking at his third base coach. He puts the brake. There is no way that he was going to get thrown out at the plate. So for JD, I mean, a double, but doesn't get his 125th run batted in.
Now, how about this? The infield in the first inning with 1 down has to move in. And Meisinger's got to face Xander Bogaerts with 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, who's hitting .343.
Bogaerts has a 3-game hit streak coming into the ball game, and will stand out for a moment. Bogaerts .277 off the Orioles this year. He has had a couple of home runs against Oriole pitching. Take a look at our StatCast AI powered by AWS. Bogaerts .343 with runners in scoring position. Red Sox are the #1 team in average in this department, hitting .288. Delivery to him will be a fastball taken inside. 3 of the top 10 averages with runners in scoring position belong to Boston. Martinez, 389, is third. Benintendi at 331 is 8. Mookie Betts at 325 is 10. Bogarts doesn't even make it into that group, and he's over big average, well over 300. And Meisinger in trouble here with a 3-0 count. Moreland on deck.
Yeah, well, Moreland's only hitting 150 in September, so he gets to play, trying to get him ready. You can see a lot of right-handed pitchers in the division series if he ends up playing, even though Steve Pearce has had a better September.
And he had it, got a base hit. Green light, 3-0, will score 2. Benintendi crosses. J.D. Martinez will score. Jones will get it back in. Bogarts gets a double. 2 RBIs, and the Red Sox take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and he's closing in on 100 RBIs. That's 97 and 98. So again, you know, you got to assume either I better make a good pitch, and he doesn't, and he's looking fastball, gets fastball, and because it's 90 miles per hour, all of a sudden he's just able to rip it down into the corner.
So 2-0 lead with only 1 away here in the first inning. And here is Moreland. Moreland at 242 on the year with a 15 home runs, 67 RBIs. There are plenty of players around Major League Baseball who wish they had those numbers. Moreland's got them, and he can't play because there's somebody else playing a little better in front of him. That's the way the Red Sox season has gone.
Yeah, really good April, really good May. You know, slumped a little bit, especially in July. That's when they went out and got Steve Pearce, just in case. But the one thing about Mitch Moreland, he drives in runs. I mean, even when he hit 205, he hit 3 home runs and had 18 RBIs in the month of August. So you know you got a Gold Glove first baseman, and you can play him. You know he can you know, help you win games, not only with the bat but the glove.
And he's 272 in these situations, which is how he's able to pick up those RBIs, even with an average that might be a little low for that RBI number.
And if you're Alex Cora, you want to get him going, so you'll give him a chance to play over the remaining, they got 2 games today, and then off day, and then 3 games against the Yankees. The same with Kinsler, who's right behind him on the on-deck circuit.
That's going to be a walk, and Meisinger off to a terrible start.
Well, yeah, the opener for the Orioles today is not opening the way that he wanted. Roger McDowell's going to come out. Boy, is he going to get some work today.
And the problems created, obviously, if Meisinger gets in trouble real early here and can't stay, Orioles are really going to have to fool around with this bullpen. The bullpen's already up. They haven't announced the starter for game 2 because they wanted to wait to see how this one went. Donnie Hart just getting up to throw. The long meeting at the mound will be broken up by Ryan Blakeney, the home plate umpire.
Well, you know what, the old saying now is what? It is what it is. Well, it is what it is. Cashner's, you know, he can't pitch. He's got the knee. Cobb got the blister. You know, Gosman pitching for the Braves, so been outmanned from a starting standpoint. Bullpen actually has done a pretty nice job, but not starting games.
No.
And just think about it. So, you know, I don't think Buck went to Ryan Meisinger and said, well, hey, when's the last time you started? Well, when I was a sophomore at Radford. No, he said, you know what, you're starting tomorrow. So we got to think about it. That's
one of the reasons he didn't announce the starter for game 2, because it's probably going to be another pitcher in a similar situation. And Buck said, I think it'd be better off they found out when the phone rings, which means we're going to tell them at the last minute. Pitch is in there for a strike. Here's Ian Kinsler. With Pedroia going down, the Red Sox getting some backup at second base. Kinsler has not had a hit in his last 17 at-bats. He has always been a very tough hitter against Oriole pitching. Carries a 339 lifetime average against the Orioles.
Well, he came over and he played real well, and then he hurt his hamstring. And in September, 185, they want him to be more aggressive. He tried to bunt, and apparently what I read, Mookie Betts says, no, we don't do that here. you know, and Tim Hires from day one of spring training, the new hitting instructor.
That ball's going to be looped out to left field. Adam Jones coming, not going to get it. Base hit, and they'll stop the runner at third, and the bases are loaded.
So, and again, if you get 2 sliders, actually 3 in a row, and the third one's the best one of them, and you can't be aggressive because you're probably looking fastball. Try to make contact, and then he gets lucky. I mean, check this out. It's a pretty good pitch, actually. I mean, one-handed, hits it where nobody's playing. Kind of an emergency hack.
So that ends the 0 for 17, and that also ends the first start for Meisinger, and that's too bad. He obviously wanted a lot more to be able to get to his ball club, but it just wasn't there. Meisinger out. Orioles go to the bullpen in the first.
As a reliever, you know, again, I mean, this is the Red Sox. You got to be perfect. He wasn't. And again, almost as many strikes as balls. Quick pitching change, your Jiffy Lube pitching change, just like Jiffy Lube's signature service oil change, in and out fast, and you never needed an appointment. So Donnie Hart pitched an inning on Monday night. He gave up a couple, hit 4 runs, and again, righties just wear him out. Lefties, the numbers much higher than normal for Donnie. And this is why he's in there, trying to match up.
Bases are loaded, and the pitch will be taken outside. Devers had an 0 for 3 in the opener, as the Orioles bullpen taxed so much this season with how much work they've had to do. They have the second highest ERA in the American League, the Oriole bullpen at 4.7. Devers up, sacks loaded, couple of runs in. He'll get another one. That's going to go to the left side. Bogarts will score. Moreland will score. Kinsler is coming. Play at the plate. Here's Villar's throw, and he is safe. Bases loaded, clearing double by Devers. And the Red Sox on top 5-0.
Well, again, the skipper's got to be happy with Nunez having the hamstring knee problems. He normally would probably play. You know, of course, Devers, when he's healthy, he can hit. And just a fastball, slices it down the left field line. Jonesy gets to it. He hits Villar. I think he hesitates. Nope, actually didn't. It's just not a very good throw.
Had a chance.
Yeah. Oh, he had a good throw, gets him. Bad throw, he's safe. It's 5-0.
And a runner at second base. Still only 1 out in the ball game. This has been a big problem for Donnie Hart among the numbers Jim mentioning. With runners in scoring position, .519 batting average by opponents. All those runs will be charged to Ryan Meisinger, the starter. 5 runs, 4 hits, and a third of an inning.
Yeah, for Donnie, I mean, every time he gets sent back down to AAA Norfolk, you get an idea that it's not the big leagues. He pitches really well. At this level, you know, and it's one of these decisions, you know, you get a chance to show, especially in the month of September when you've made trades and all that, whether you belong here or not. But the Orioles have to make tough decisions. You know, is he going to be good enough so you can play with against the Yankees and the Red Sox and teams that are better than you?
That ball is going to be fisted to second base. It will be handled by Wilkerson. So Swihart is retired, hitting only a .132 against left-handers coming into the ball game. And there are 2 down.
And the other thing is you only have 40 spots on your winter roster, so you're going to allow Johnny Hart to take one of those. And it's not only him, it's other players. As you have to, as guys work their way up through the minor leagues, you have to protect them. You don't want them in that AAA draft.
Here is Sandy Leon doing the catching in game 1. Did not play in the first game of this series. Runner at second base, 2 away. Leon, a switch hitter. And he'll pop that one up. That'll go to first or second. Second base calling. Wilkerson is there and puts it away. So the Red Sox bat around. 5 runs, 5 hits in the first inning. Wilson from Glen Oak. Deborah has already won 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit during our game today. So Deborah, good luck. The Orioles need them now as they're down 5-0 going to the second inning against David Price. It'll be Mancini, Beckham, and Nunez coming up. Trey Mancini with a 4-game hit streak coming in. Mancini with a 1 for 4 in the opener. He has 3 hits, 13 at bats against Price, and one of those hits against Price, a home run. And we'll take the pitch for a ball. Wind continues to blow out towards left field, and as we saw, get one up these right-handed hitters towards the monster. You're going to get a little help from Mother Nature.
Yeah, even the ball that Martinez hit up the triangle. That's the deepest part of Fenway Park, 420. That ball was wind dated. I mean, when he hits it, it doesn't matter. 18 home runs to opposite field, #1 in the big leagues.
Ball, there it is, way back left field at the monster, and goodbye home run. And did that exit in a hurry? It was in the middle row of the monster seats, and it got there before fans had a chance to react
Or duck.
Wow.
Yep.
Trey Mancini literally rifles one out of here, and the Orioles are on the board 5-1.
Well, there's his second lifetime home run, so you can see 111 miles per hour, and it's a 407-foot home run in a hurry. So Price, the good news, you get 5 runs. You got to sit on the bench a lot to come out. Second pitch is drilled, and I mean drilled, to left field.
Price has surrendered 24 homers, with 20 of those being hit by the right-handed batters. Trey Mancini with number 24 and RBI number 54 on the year for Trey. It's taken down low.
We'll take a look, and again, he's got to stay out of the middle of the plate, and obviously this ball's pretty much inside middle. And boy, it is spanked right out of here.
And for Deborah Wilson, our Maryland Lottery home run richest contestant, that's worth $500. Here's Tim Beckham. Tim's been in the DH role as the Orioles get players in positions that they want to watch here in the final week of the season. Beckham with a 3-game hit streak coming into this ball game. Pitch on the way will be taken outside for a ball. He's gone 2 for 14. Lifetime against the left-hander Price. Saw Price's career numbers against the Orioles, 14 and 5. His overall career number, 142 wins and 75 losses for Price. He's getting ready along with Sale, who will pitch in game 2 for the postseason. These are warm-up games for them. The Red Sox have already clinched the best record in baseball, guaranteeing themselves all home field advantage as far as they go in any series in the postseason. Price's delivery, and that's going to be up high, and the first walk he surrendered to an Oriole this year in the 16 innings he's pitched against him. On Friday, the Orioles kick off Fan Appreciation Weekend versus the Houston Astros. First 25,000 fans, 20,000 fans 15 and over receive an Orioles coaster set. Tickets are available for as low as $15. Get yours at Orioles.com. 48 walks in 172 innings on the year for David Price.
Well, he's all about command. Stay out of the middle of the plate, cut it in, run it in.
That'll bring Nunez up.
We've seen that Renato, I mean, he's hot in September.
He had a big first game of this series. He went 3 for 4 and a 3-game hit streak as a result.
Yeah, big home run, gave the Orioles the lead. I mean, they trailed 3-0 on Sunday in New York against Jay Happ. Beckham would hit a home run and then a 2-run home run off of A.J. Cole to tie it. Nunez would give them the lead. They'd go on to win 6-3.
Nunez 0 for 3 lifetime against Price. Runner at first base. Long way to go in this ball game, despite the 5-run in the first inning.
Yeah, so that's what you were talking about the other night. You could see 4 times he's gotten 3 hits in a ball game, and he used the whole field. So we've seen home run power as the season progresses. His average has come up, especially in the month of September. He's gotten better defensively.
9 for 21. Oh, 2 count. Runner at first. Very short lead. Ball foul back. Buck Showalter talked about Nunez and his improvement this year. Here's what Buck said before the game.
He's really got engaged in the defensive side of the ball, and you know, he's always had, you know, some life in his bat, and still a young man. So, you know, what you're trying to do this year is get him as good as he can be, and he get himself as good as he can be, and then, you know, it helps with evaluation. Part of it is not only the skills, but, you know, the aptitude and the willingness to get better.
Delivery on the way to him. Nunez will take the pitch outside for a ball.
Well, and he's shown that you know, he has both the willingness and the aptitude. Now, again, the bottom line for this organization moving forward is he going to be a guy that's going to be good enough to compete in the American League East, and not the best of yours. I mean, you can start there, but again, you hope to progress where you start rating your players against the guys that at this point are beating you.
Yep. I mean, he's vying for a spot. There's no question about that. I mean, you got, I think Villar right now has got a little head run on that shortstop position. Second base is wide open. Nunez's improvement defensively has had a real impact that he's got a real shot now at third base. Now, how many of these guys will be used for trade purposes? No one knows. As I keep asking, who's going to play next year? 2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way, and a towering fly ball left center field. That's way back. It's near the monster. It's up there. And goodbye home run. That one is picked up by the wind a little bit and goes way up in the air. And a 2-run homer picked up by Nunez. The second in the inning off Price, and the Orioles are right back in this ball game at 5-3.
Yeah, the amazing thing, the Red Sox put 5 on the board in the first, and only the fly ball by J.D. Martinez, and the Orioles come back. Of course, Mancini's ball would go out anywhere, and this one, again, with the wind blowing out in Fenway Park, I learned my lesson, boy. You'd like to keep it on the ground if you can, and Nunez gets it airborne, and the Orioles now only lead by 2. Wow. Trail by 2.
And for Deborah Wilson, our Maryland Lottery home run richest contestant, you've already had a good day, and it's only the second inning. $500 on each of the home runs hit, and there are 2 of them in the inning, Mancini and Nunez. The Orioles make it a 5-3 game. Pitch taken outside by Joey Rickard.
I'll take a look right here. They try to come in. He doesn't get it in. And that's a nice backspin. You can see, I mean, slight upswing, but he hits the bottom of the ball, gets it in the air. There's an ideal launch angle for Fenway Park.
Interesting that David Price gave up 3 home runs in his last start against New York. That was at Yankee Stadium. And that's the most home runs he has surrendered. Second most home runs. He actually gave up 5 in New York against the Yankees earlier in the year.
Well, the home runs he gave up were pop flies down the right field line. These were not pop flies,
No.
especially Mancini's.
So he's giving up home runs is the point.
Yeah.
And 2 of them already in this ball game. 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to be a base hit into center field. The Price right now isn't fooling anybody. Joey Rickard 4 for 13 of him.
Yeah, he's not a finesse guy. I mean, he's 33 years old. He still throws 93 or 4, but I don't know of a whole lot of pitchers. As Dana Levange, their pitching coach, was the bullpen coach for the last 6 years. Regular guy, he just can't pitch in the middle of the plate. Rickard's had a great September. He's really played well. So they're going to come out and, hey, make a good pitch.
Yeah. Joey's had hits now in 11 of the last 17 games for the Orioles. Levange with a quick discussion. This is where, and Buck Showalter talks about this all the time. Don't be fooled by what you see in September. And this is a game where is David Price really ready? I mean, is he already in postseason mode and just trying to loosen the arm up here and throw a few pitches? Is he really working at the game here? And I don't mean that negatively. I mean just what's on his mind going out there to start a game like this, where everything's done for the Red Sox. They know what where they're going to be and what they're going to do. That's not an excuse. Just wonder.
No. Well, you're right. I mean, you can be thinking ahead, but I don't think that he's never won a start in the postseason. He's 2-8. Both of his wins have been in relief. Last year the win came, years ago. So he's got 5.03 ERA. So I don't know if you just want to go through the motions. I think he's made bad pitches and the Orioles have hit him.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter if it's August or September or maybe July or June. Go back to May. If you're in the middle of the plate nowadays and not changing speeds, I mean, in the first inning he pitched great. He struck out Mullins on a great changeup. He had him on a cutter. This inning, 5 runs, sat around that bench, and all of a sudden everything's down the middle.
Wins at the plate. Austin Wins, runner at first base. Orioles now with 3 hits in the ball game. Wins will take it up high for a ball. Take nothing away from the Oriole hitters. This is something that's been happening here in the last couple of weeks, in particular with the Orioles, even though they're losing games. There has been a spark that's developed because the young players are here vying for jobs, and these games are meaningful to them. And the veterans have picked up on that, like Trey Mancini, like Beckham, that there's a little rejuvenation, a little more excitement in the ball games for the Orioles. That's not easy to do when you've lost 100+ games.
Yeah.
111.
Well, what's kept them from actually winning games is the fact that their starting pitching is injured and it hasn't been very good. Bullpen's been good. That's how and they played with great intensity in New York over the weekend. Only won 1 game.
3 games.
Yeah, played their rear ends off, and that's all you can ask. Get them to play up to their capabilities.
3 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Wins will take it, and another walk. So the man who hadn't walked an Oriole in 16 innings is actually being booed by the Red Sox fans who have bothered to show up here for the afternoon game. And the Red Sox, Orioles, cut into that 5-0 lead to make it 5-3, and now have the potential go-ahead run at the plate in the ball game. And still looking for an out is Price. And here is Wilkerson, switch hitter, batting in the number 9 sport, starting at second base. 143 right, 227 left, but not a lot of at bats from either side. Wilkerson, runners at first and second. In at first and third. Wilkerson will take the fastball on the inside.
Yeah, there's an angry fastball. All I know is that he's 0-3 against the Yankees this year with an ERA of over 10 runs a game. He's 0-1 against Oakland. So those are 2 teams. He's going to be pitching one of those games. So you want to get the Red Sox nation with some angst. He's going to have to pitch, and it'll be early.
Yep.
Porcello is getting the last 7 starts. ERA is over 5.5 runs a game. Sale's had shoulder problems. Of course, when he's healthy, he's as good as anybody. So I don't care how many games you win. What are you going to do when the postseason starts on October 5th? That's really what it comes down to.
0-1 delivery. And that's going to be there. Same spot, same strike. And Wilkerson is behind 0-2.
Yeah, Bobby Pointer getting loose. Up and down this year.
First 5 have reached for the Orioles here in the 2nd inning. And an 0-2 count. Infield will be a double play depth. They swing around a bit. Kinsler, second baseman, almost behind second base. Joey Rickard off second. Wins off first. Steve Wilkerson will take the pitch for a strike. That one on the outside corner. Strikeout number 2 for Price.
Yeah, Tim Kimmons down at third base had a very small strike zone. Really favored the hitters. You know, we've seen some low pitches. I think Steve Wilkerson thinks this is low, and it probably was. Leon does a nice job of dragging it back up into the strike zone. So he needs an out. He gets at least one of them.
So 1 down. Wilkerson heads back. Top of the order. And Cedric Mullins, the other strikeout victim of Price so far in the ball game. Mullins against the Red Sox. Good year. .313 coming into the ball game against Boston. Starting to pile up some starts in his rookie year. This is the 38th game in which he has appeared in center field for the Orioles.
Yeah, good on base percentage at .340, but you know, much. And again, it's a small sample size. Much better hitter from the other side of the plate.
0-1 count. Runners off first and second base. And it'll be a strike call. That upper strike zone is there for Price and the Oriole pitcher, whomever that may be. 0-2.
So he gets Price today. He had Sabathia in New York. He gets Sale in the second game if he plays. And then when Houston comes, he'll get Verlander and Garrett Cole, and then he'll probably get Keuchel over the weekend. A lot of good left-handed pitchers.
0-2 pitch is going to be taken up high. The Orioles will be back home to wrap up the season. 4-game set will start tomorrow night against Houston. We'll see at the ballpark to round it out for the O's. They'll rearrange the starters based on what happens in this doubleheader here today. The Orioles have not announced a starter for any game. Breaking ball is going to be taken down low. Price not happy, talking to himself on the mound after that one. That's not where he wanted that to go.
Well, Mullins gets a Kinsler hit, that little looper. It'll change this whole complexion of how long he's going to pitch.
Rickard with real good speed out there at second base. Wins the runner at first. Holding the runner a little bit is Kinsler at second. 2-2 delivery on the way. And fouled off the end of the bat. Price went back outside. Going to get him to swing and miss on.
Well, we talked about it, the adjustment he made, and again, he's gone 5-1 the second half of the year. He was 10-6 at the All-Star break. He just moved all the way to the other side of the pitching rubber. So he's right over by first base. It gives him a little different angle. He loves that cut fastball. Throws his two-seamer off that outside corner to righties. Same with the changeup.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Still only 1 down. Mullins tic-tacs that one foul again. Red Sox with the 15 wins they have against the Orioles this year. It's the second most the Red Sox team has ever won against the Orioles in a season. And the other time they have done this in 2006, they went 15-3, and then the best mark in 2009, the Orioles won only 2 out of 18 games. Red Sox 16-2 in 09. That's the most wins they've ever had in a year against the Orioles. 2-2 delivery on the way, and Mullins will take that one up high. Good eye, because that's the one that was being called for a strike. And in fact, Leon turns around to Ryan Blakeney, the home plate umpire, and I suspect said, hey, wait a minute, we already had 2 of these for strikes. Difference is the other 2 were in the box. So 3-2. Long inning for Price after a 12-pitch first inning. He's now up to 45 pitches. 3-2 delivery on the way, and he's going to have to throw some more. Bobby Dickerson gets out of the way as the ball goes into the Oriole dugout. This is going to be the 9th pitch of this at bat to Cedric Mullins. We've talked about how he's increased his pitches per plate appearance seemingly with every game, which is a great sign for someone you want in that leadoff spot. So 3-2 come again. Full count delivery by Price, and he walks him. Mercy. So the bases are loaded with only one away, and 3 walks here in this inning. And he had gotten ahead of Mullins and lost him.
Well, that's one of those base on balls you earn. As you mentioned, what, 11 pitches? So you foul off the good ones, and then he's trying to, I mean, he's getting knocked around here.
Yeah.
5-0's now 5-3. You get to see him. It's not a good sign when you're facing a guy for the second time and you're only in the second inning. Now, the only good news for him is they got him 5 runs.
So VR with the bases loaded. His 3rd chance in these situations this year. He's 0 for 2. He flied out to left his first time up. Rickert wins. And Mullins the base runners. He's taking, and it is in there for a strike.
Yeah, he had a routine fly ball, but because of the wind, it seems, at least at the moment, that's died down a little bit. It almost carried off the wall.
Out to left, he sent Benintendi crashing into the scoreboard in order to haul it in. The R has been very good. Runners in scoring position, hitting .319 this year. 0-1 delivery to him. VR will foul that one off the first base side, and we're behind in the count 0-2.
Yeah, you talked about David Price, 9 innings, and 9 strikeouts per inning. He's looking for a K here. Orioles, of course, you hit any kind of fly ball of any depth, probably going to get another run. And you're still going to have to get him out for the next 8 innings, but that's a nice, at least you're biting into that 5-0 deficit after 1.
Orioles got only 2 runs off him this year in his first start, and no runs off him in his second start against the Orioles. 0-2 the count. Infield looking for 2. And that's a strike.
Perfect pitch. Well, that's the David Price that they know and love up here in Boston. Take a look. Again, as you marry Gary, he takes the first pitch, little cutter down the middle, and there's another cutter, and then check this 94-mile-per-hour fastball. And the ability to pitch right on the corner because of the count.
So 2 down, and the sacks remain loaded for Jones. Adam grounded out his first time up. Adam has a grand slam this year. He is 4 for 15 with the bases loaded. It's a big at bat here in the ball game early in the second inning. The score 5-3 Red Sox. Jones a ground ball, backed up. Devers will go to second base. Kinsler there to get the out. So the Orioles will come away with 3 runs. They will leave the bases loaded. Home run Mancini is 24th. 2-run shot by Nunez, accounting for the 3 runs here in the second inning. 20,000 fans. 15 and over are going to receive an Orioles coaster set. Those tickets are available for you. And the fan favorite is back. The 19 Orioles Pet Calendar, presented by Pet ER, is now on sale at Orioles.com/pet calendar. Proceeds benefit Barks, Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. This calendar sells out, so get yours now. Orioles.com/pet calendar. Home runs by Mancini and Nunez. And the pitch taken at the knees for a strike. This game continues the way it's going. There are going to be a lot of at-bats for these hitters.
It'll be like a traditional doubleheader.
Yeah,
the half an hour between the game 1 and game 2.
Mookie Betts, the leadoff batter. The Red Sox batted around in the first inning, and Betts had a single. Betts doing what he always does, and that's take the first pitch. He has the second fewest swings on first pitches in Major League Baseball. Only 10.3% of the time does he go after a first pitch. 4-game hit streak for him. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Donnie Hart's on the mound. Pitch will be taken away. 2 that missed outside. 2-1. And why does Betts do that? Because as we've told you all year, there's nobody better in a 2-strike count. He's hitting .297. The Major League average is .173 with 2 strikes. 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to be outside for a ball.
Well, you got to throw him a strike, and of course, he saw it the other night. He had a hanging slider off Bundy, pulled it, and next time he up, fastball low and away. Where'd he hit it? Rocket into right. So he uses the whole field. When he gets on, he can steal bases. Gold gloves the last 2 years in right field.
He'll take it. And that time Donnie Hart able to move it in a little closer.
Yeah, you don't see, Gary, too many players that have the WAR, the wins above replacement over 10. Trout's usually in the 9 range, but he's over 10, which is almost unheard of.
3-2, and he'll walk it. So Hart starts the inning out with a leadoff walk to Mookie Betts, and now the steal situation comes into play again. At least the concern that Hart's going to have a Benintendi coming up. Benintendi, fielder's choice, ended up scoring after he reached on the fielder's choice in the first inning.
And then Mookie puts the oven glove on, keep his hand protected. It's like you're trying to get something out of the oven.
Benintendi 239 off lefties and 300 against righties. Throw over, and that's what we were talking about. Back to the bag. Both he and Ryan Meisinger, the starter, had this concern with Betts getting on both times. Among stolen base leaders, Mookie Betts in the league with the 29 he's picked up is 5th. Merrifield leads it with 38 for Kansas City. He's got a good lead, but back 9th. Betts challenging him to throw over, hasn't shortened that lead at all. Runner not going. Benintendi will take it for a strike.
Well, you got a guy with speed, so of course it's always nice to hit behind Betts and in front of J.D. Martinez.
I think you're going to get a strike.
Yeah. I mean, who do you want to pitch? Well, you got to pitch to me because he's on first or second. If he hasn't hit a leadoff home run, which he's done 5 times this year.
Foul ball down the line at third that time. Red Sox are a base stealing club. They are second in the American League in stolen bases. Only the Cleveland Indians and Seattle have stolen more bases than the Red Sox. And those other 2 teams, Red Sox and Seattle, tied for second. Cleveland number 1. 0-2. There he goes. Big jump, throw down. It's a good one. Didn't get him. Ball may have gotten there almost in time, but a tag on the slide away towards center field got him in.
Yeah, which it'll be interesting which hand he actually slides with. He's got the mid on the left one. Well, he does go with the left hand. So you're right on the bag, but the throw's a little short, so he has to reach back and catch it, because if he doesn't, it's going to bounce.
So there's 30. So the 30-30 crowd applauding. here at Fenway Park as Mookie Betts picks it up and applauded himself for something he wanted. He wanted those 30 stolen bases, and he just got it. Now Benintendi with a runner in scoring position. The 1-2 delivery way outside on that one.
Ellsbury back in 2011, and a few Yankee fans. He's still under contract for another year. Even though he hasn't been able to play.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Donnie hard out of that high set. Benintendi had to go down on a back knee that time in order to get the barrel of the bat on the ball, and fouls it off. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he would love to hit a ball to the right side. I mean, he'd love to make contact. If he doesn't get a base hit somewhere. Get Betts to third base, and then really put pressure with J.D. Martinez coming to the plate on the Oriole defense.
Hart wants the signs again, so he backs off. Wins working behind the plate here in this ball game.
Yeah, one of the more effective pitches lefty to lefty is a 2-seam fastball down and in, because all the good left-handed hitters, they cover the outside corner, keep that front shoulder in. But I think Donnie Hart would say, how can we get him out, but don't let him hit a ball to the right side? And they can't come up deciding what they want to do.
So they're going to go out third time through. They couldn't get it. Well, the news today, not quite clear whether it's actually official. I guess it is. John Gibbons will not be back as manager for Toronto. Those headlines started early this morning and continued on today, and I guess Toronto front office has actually confirmed it. And John Gibbons, as only he could. Gee, what a surprise.
Even though he has another year on his deal, even though he's a good manager.
Yep. And the pitch will just miss outside. Certainly not unexpected. Somebody's got to pay a price in this game when the expectations aren't reached, and John Gibbons in Toronto will be the one. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Toronto 71 and 86. They are ahead of the Orioles in the division. 35 games out.
Yeah,
Benintendi fights it off.
You can, you look at that record and you go, well, let's see. They lost Donaldson for most of the year with calf injury. He's now playing for Cleveland. Sanchez had another finger injury. Stroman's been horrible. Yeah, Osuna got suspended 80 games for domestic abuse. The closer. And let's fire Gibbons.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Baseball 101. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Runner at second base. That's going to go towards the gap. Left field Jones. He's got it. Runner will go back. Throw will come in behind him. But not a big jump off the bag by Betts. Well, as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in today's game.
Yeah, you need the big. They probably have what, a 24-ouncer doubleheader. You probably need a couple of those.
Gonna need a couple of those.
The way this game is going. Well, I mean, we're not going anywhere, so.
No, we certainly aren't. At this rate, we might get home in time for the game tomorrow night. I'm not sure, but
yeah, we'll be.
And we're going to have a little rain tonight.
Yeah, that'll kind
of delay things a little bit. Be great.
Add to the flavor here at Fenway.
America's most beloved.
So give me the dew point.
That is fouled off.
No.
Take a look at our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers. The race for the Triple Crown.
Yeah. Well, so Mookie on the right, J.D. first year with the Red Sox. Boy, has he made a difference. Having a great year. So it looks like Mookie. They kind of got a little bit close, and then Mookie went 11 for 11. It seemed like 11 for 16, and yeah, what a difference this guy's made. I mean, if you go back and look at 2016, who'd they have? They had David Ortiz, and then last year they didn't. The offense went down dramatically.
Let's fill that gap in.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, they still won 93 games, 3 straight division championships for the Red Sox.
1 ball, 1 strike count. In the air to right field. It's going to be in the yard. Runner will tag at second base. Rickert makes the catch. Throw comes in. Runner will move up, but they do get Martinez. The J.D. who had doubled his first time up out of there on the fly ball to right. 2 down now with Betts.
Donnie Hart trying to make a statement here.
And Bogaerts will get another chance. Bogaerts came up and drove in 2 with a double in the first inning. So Bogaerts up to 11 RBIs against the Orioles on the year.
Well, most home runs. Again, not the highest batting average. Hit 320 one year, but last year hurt. But got healthy. The whole winter to get himself into shape. And as you mentioned, now it's gone up. I mean, 343 with runners in scoring position.
Bogaerts is now 4th in the league in fourth in the league in doubles. For the 2-bagger that he picked up in his first at bat in this game. And a runner on at third base. Cody Carroll is up in the bullpen. It's going to be a serious bullpen day for the Orioles. And somebody's got to be left to start game 2. And somebody's got to be left not only to start, but to be a long man for the game against Houston tomorrow night. Bogaerts, the 0-1. Hart will have that one put high in the air to right center. Mullins. Boy, look at that ball carry. Look at this. That wind gets a hold of that. It just keeps right on going. And that's the way they've gone. Deep into the well. Runner left at third.
This is Monday. I mean, he drills it, except the wind is blowing to left field, so it knocks it down over 100 miles per hour. Hit probability at 87%. Betts is there, the Gold Glover. So most barrels, and then making outs. Mancini, along with Ozuna, now with the Cardinals. And then, how about today? Try to catch this one. Screamer. First run the Orioles score off David Price.
And the Orioles right back in the ball game, 5-3 as we go to the third inning. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. The Orioles batted around. So the Red Sox hit around in the first. The Orioles batted around in the second. Trey Mancini started the second inning out with his 24th home run. Now a 5-game hit streak. And that was his second career home run against David Price. As Trey's bat has continued hot for the Orioles ever since the All-Star break. He has put those figures right back up where he and the Orioles hoped he would have been all year. The so-called sophomore slump, whatever it was, cut those numbers down a bit in the first half.
Yeah, the one number that, I mean, it really is amazing. I mean, last year, what, he had 340 with runners in scoring position. 352 batting average on balls in play. League average is 300, but this year to still be under 140 runners in scoring position number, and it started, he was down in the below 100 for until what, the second half of the year.
1-2 delivery. You take a look at the numbers here comparing this year, last year, and what he has done. These are updated numbers.
Yeah, and they're pretty equal. I mean, the runs, the home runs, the RBIs are down a little bit again because of that runner in scoring position number, but the power numbers. It's a big kid.
Yeah.
Weighs about almost 235 or so.
Ground ball will go to short. 4 meter to Xander Bogaerts a little bit toward the end. One down. Our PNC Minor League Insights brought to you by PNC. No better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day.
Well, he comes to spring training, and he's a pretty fit young man, very young as you can see. We saw him last year. Good defender, has good speed. A little trouble with a breaking ball. Then he hurts his shoulder. Then he has the ankle problems, and then so I think he would be here if he didn't have the ankle problem, been on this roster. So gets it taken care of. He'll go to spring training. And I would suppose, depending on what happens in the offseason, maybe a chance, outside chance to make the club.
That's going to be hard hit center field and a base hit. Oh, Beckham continues hot. He had a walk and a run scored his first time up. He's got a 4-game hit streak going. Picks up the single, and the Orioles will get the potential tying run to the plate. This is the second time already in this ball game. The Orioles have had a chance with either the potential tying run on or at home plate.
Well, let's see if David Price on a guy that has already hit a home run. You can see the 2-run home run back in the second inning. So the numbers have come up, but again, off-speed pitches seem to give him trouble. Price doesn't have a curveball. He has a cutter, but we'll see if the changeup comes into play.
24-year-old, 7+ years in the minors for Renato Nunez. Pitch taken up. This is really a chance for him to find a spot at the major league level. He played a few games at the major league level, but only 17 coming into the season. This has been his biggest chance. I'm trying to take full advantage of it. Hitting .260 on the year. Infield double play depth, moved around a little, playing him to pull. He takes the big cut, foul tipped into the middle.
So there are back-to-back changeups. And that's the scouting report on him. I mean, he's got tremendous power. Hit 32 home runs at the AAA level last year. So they know if you go to a certain area, he's going to hit the ball hard. So you try to stay out of that area, change speeds, and see if he can adjust. And that will be the mission for him if he does play in the big leagues in 2019.
1-1 delivery to him. Nunez fouls that off. That one hurt. Got a piece of him on the way by. He was part of the September call-ups with Oakland last couple of years. He's played in the outfield. 60 games, in fact, in the outfield over the last 2 years, but his position is down there at third base. However, as we repartee, MVP, versatile players, highly desirable in this day and age in baseball. More places you can play, better off you are at having a chance to be on a ball club. Nunez, a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 1 away. Beckham, a very short lead at first on Price. Nunez will take that, leaned into it, and watched it all the way skim across the plate.
Yeah, it seemed like in my era it was Jamie Quirk was one of the few guys.
Really didn't talk about guys like that.
No, and then for our club, Lenny Sakata learned to catch. He ended up catching Tommy Chope, who came over from the Yankees. He caught. So, you always had guys that wanted to hang around. And obviously catching guys, and it started in spring training. They'd catch guys in the bullpen and catch batting practice just in case it'd be the third catcher.
Fouled off. As I think about it, and this is right off the top, so I may be completely wrong, but I got a feeling this is another area that belongs to Tampa Bay. They started this opener thing with pitchers, what they've done. It was the Ben Zobrist of the world that they started using on a regular basis as versatile players. He used, in fact, Joe Madden, when he was there, said, he's my most versatile player. I want him on this team because I can play him almost anywhere, insert him anytime, and also off the bench as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, switch hitter with speed, with home run power.
Infield,
even played shortstop when he played the outfield.
And he still got him on a strike on the inside corner, and Nunez didn't think so.
Yeah, much bigger strike zone than Monday night. He's going to say that ball's no way, and take a look at your Mercedes pitch. That's off the plate. And, again, our box may say it. If we had a home plate umpire, when a guy moves his glove like Leon does, 3 inches. But this is what Price does so well. And if the umpire gives him the pitch, it's going to be even better.
So now runner at first base and 2 down. Bryce's delivery on the way, and that one's going to be up in the air. Left center field, hit pretty good. Going back, Benintendi looking up. That's going to take a hop off the wall. Coming slowly is Beckham. They're going to get him at the plate by a mile. So it will be a double, but it's not going to be an RBI. Beckham had no jump on that at all and was not coming very quickly. And they had plenty of time for the relay throw.
Yeah, Bogart's actually, I mean, he knows he has so much time. All he has to do is catch it. What's this little relay right here? All I got to do is get it there, which he does. And he's
How
out.
many outs in the base paths for the Orioles this year?
His major league debut started at Double-A Bowie for the Orioles, 1-4, 4.3 ERA, and then went up to Triple-A Norfolk, where he pitched better actually. 7-9 combined, as you can see. So again, he's not overpowering. I mean, fastball, changeup type of guy. So again, again throws a lot of strikes, has to make quality pitches. A little bit like Josh Rogers, came over in the Zach Britton trade.
And he starts his major league career with a pitch taken away as Mitch Moreland stands in. Moreland drew a walk and scored in the first inning. Means, who is 25 years old. Pitch will be taken for a strike. He's out of Kansas. Orioles selected him 11th round of the 2014 draft. Now gets an opportunity here at the major league level.
Well, they are, the scouting report says a master of changing speeds. So if you're not going to be a hard thrower, there's a little slider. Better use your breaking ball. Because 89 or 90, I mean, that is about almost, at least in this day and age, 3 miles below the average major league fastball. Now, it doesn't mean you can't get guys out if you can get a little bit of movement, make quality pitches. We'll see how that'll be the case.
2-1 delivery on the way down to first. That's a foul ball. His numbers are by the book on lefty righties in the minors. Left-handers hit just 206, but the right-handers hit 307. He is a pitcher who requires first pitch strikes to be effective, as it should be usually. When he's ahead in the count, hitter's only 213. When he gets behind in the count, number jumps up to 342.
Well, at this level, that's when you have to pitch backwards. You know where you change speeds.
That ball in the air, that's curving towards the monster. It is a foul ball in the corner.
Yeah, we really can't see those balls bounce from the booth, but when you see it go over the edge of the stands, you know that it's not much of a chance to be fair, even though down in that corner there's not a whole lot of foul territory. What, about 2 feet or so?
You watch that third base umpire.
Well, that's another thing, but
boy, there's not much room. You're right. There's the famous door to the supply room down there where players have clinked and clunked and balls have stopped and ricocheted. Ball, a lot of balls have been hit down there. They've ended up off that door. And another one foul back. This one upstairs.
Well, you got Fenway. You got the ladder. We'll talk. Showalter in his pregame on Monday said he thought they'd taken it down, but they haven't. There's your ladder on the wall. And then you got the doors out in center field. You got the speakers. You got the triangle. Get the pesky pole.
America's most beloved ballpark. Swung on and missed, so congratulations. Yeah. Start out with the K.
Boy, this is a breeze. Well, the breeze is actually blowing out the center. But yeah, nice little breaking ball underneath the strike zone. Yeah, Marlin, again, who hangs in there against lefties because he played against left-handers the first couple months of the year. I don't think he'll be playing against left-handers in the postseason because of the acquisition of Steve Pearce.
My guess for the starter for game 2 now, I've lost. I thought he'd start him. I thought Means would get a start in the second game.
Well,
I'm wrong. Obviously, well,
I think
10% chance.
No, but
little number off the bat. Means will try and get over to cover. It won't have to. Good hustle by Trey Mancini. And Kinsler is retired. Orioles baseball on Masson brought to you by PNC. Make today the day. By visitaNapolis.org. Create your moment at visitaNapolis.org. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on their most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Game 1 of the doubleheader, 5-3 ball game. Red Sox lead it, 5 runs in the first inning. They batted around. Orioles came back. They batted around in the second inning and scored 3.
Yeah, the big hit was really, I mean, there are a lot of big hits, but Raphael's Devers just, I mean, he just took a fastball, hit it right inside the third base bag for a base clearing double.
3 RBIs for Devers, already in the ball game. He came in 0 for his last 11, so that was a nice way to end the 0 for their third baseman. Means delivery over the top will be taken down low, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. So what a moment. Means gets a great chance here at the major league level.
Well, he had gone home
before the ball game today, and talking about how he said, "I'd hoped I stayed ready." He said they asked me if I'd been throwing, and he said I actually had. I went out every day, and I was tossing out in the backyard or out on the ball field somewhere, doing a normal off-day routine. And lo and behold, here I am. 3-1 delivery on the way, and that ball popped up third base side. Get out of the way, John. It will be handled by Nunez. So, congratulations. Means makes his first appearance in the major league. So 1, 2, 3 innings. Wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer, great to have you with us. It is a doubleheader day. Game 2 will be at 7 o'clock tonight. Chris Sale will be on the mound for the Red Sox. We do not know who will be starting. for the Orioles. Here in this one, Mr. Means has delivered a solid inning in his major league debut. And the Orioles down by just 2. And they will bat against David Price at the bottom of the order, as Austin Wynns will be leading it off. Wilkerson to be followed by Mullins at the top of the order. And Price's delivery is in there for a strike.
Yeah, another grounder. It's a total. I mean, every umpire has a different strike zone, but those are balls. Price says thank you very much. I'll keep throwing them down there.
Here's that 0-1 delivery. That'll be up in the air, first base side. Better angle at second. Kinsler. And he will put it away for the out. On Saturday, as part of Fan Appreciation Weekend, when the Orioles take on the Astros, the first 35,015 and over receive an Orioles puffy vest. This is the final Saturday of the regular season, so don't miss out. Tickets are available for as low as $15. Get your tickets now at Orioles.com. We wanted the puffy vest 2 days ago in Game 1. It was 55 degrees. Wind chill was about 45. Today the temperature is 82.
Give me the dew point.
The dew point is 71.
And that is.
This is a chance today to have a record high dew point for this date in Boston. Now, where else are you going to get that information? I mean, these are tremendous attributes that we add to our audience's knowledge. Not really. That and Yoo-hoo's got.
Yeah. Oh, Yoo-hoo. Yeah, that's right. Well, you know what? Well, if you're a Yankee fan growing up, and just imagine, I mean, between games, the doubleheaders, that's all they had was Yoo-hoos. They had rye bread and white bread back then.
Yep.
And you had ham and cheese, you had popcorn, and then you had, Coke or something, or Yoo-hoos. But Yogi Berra, he sponsored. So if you were a Yankee fan,
you had Yoo-hoo.
You had a Yoo-hoo.
That's right. And if you were an
call you a Yahoo, but it's a Yoo-hoo.
See, and that was the magic, though, because
it was
4 20-game winners.
It was a health drink that allowed Yogi to get 10 World Series, hit 358 home runs, one here, only one in left field right here in Fenway. So more trivia.
You got to get rid of all of this health stuff. I mean, we can't even get a starter who has a winning record. You guys were eating Yoo-hoos and popcorn and junk, and you ended up winning 20.
And here at Fenway, Vince was a clubhouse guy. He'd wait till whatever Stevens is the concessionaire.
JP.
Yeah. They used to float the hamburgers in water. That would be our post game. The ones that they didn't sell and they didn't draw like they do now. That's what you get to eat afterwards. You go to Seattle, there'd be 25 different kind of candy bars. Clubhouse guy up there. Hey! Just want to have a selection. Go down to Pike Market. No. We didn't have salmon. We didn't. I mean, you go to spring training with the Orioles. You go into that thing. I mean, what do you want? You want salmon? You want a little halibut? I mean, you want a little lemon sauce? Come on, what can I do?
Full-time chef.
Yes.
For all clubs now.
And that's great.
Yeah, it is. You can see how much it's helped pitching. Swung on and missed. So Price gets the strikeout. That is his 5th, and a 1-2-3 inning. Your road to good health. was on this date in 1971. And our own Jim Palmer won his 20th game of the season. This was against the Indians, becoming the 4th member of the O's pitching staff to win 20 that year. And in 1978, Mike Flanagan almost had a no-hitter going, 2 outs, 9th inning, lost it. Gary Alexander delivering the home run, but the Orioles did win it. And there are the 20-game winners who ate Yoo-hoos.
That's exactly.
Wahoos.
We became Yahoos by drinking Yoo-hoo. Well, there's a better picture of the 4 of us in the Brooks Robinson orange uniforms that we bought from his sporting shop.
Really?
Yeah, they look like softball uniforms. Or you're getting ready for Halloween, and the numbers. George Henderson used to be a part-time scout, and he worked for Brooksy, and they somehow talked the Orioles into getting these orange uniforms. Boog looked like a pumpkin, and it was great. It was great.
It's hard to write, not deep, but it'll hang.
But
and Rickard will get it.
Tommy Chopay was, I don't know, Tommy's probably 5'7" or 5'8". The bottom of it, he was 28. The bottom of his 8 was down in kind of where his rear end was. The numbers didn't, and they were really.
Well, where's the picture? Let's see it. Can we dig it up?
I'm sure we can dig it
up.
No? Oh, yeah. Well, they kind of like that color, but really not that good looking. More like the hat. It was kind of really deep orange. It wasn't light orange.
You're going to have to go through your telephone there and find
No, we can
picture.
find it.
Pitch is taken inside. Of course, we have to have rights to it before we can use it. So whoever took the picture will have to sign off so they can't sue us. Here's the 1-0 pitch.
I don't know if anybody really wants credit for that picture.
No, not the guys who were in it. Sandy Leon popped out his first time up. John Means working his 2nd inning. 33rd different player who has pitched for both Norfolk and the Orioles this year. And that will surpass the Norfolk franchise record of 32 players who played there and for the Orioles. That was set back in 2012. So yet another new record. He's just 25 years old. He has not pitched in a ball game since August 31st. Prior to today, he pitched in Durham. 3 runs, 6 innings in that ball game.
So he's well rested.
He's well rested. Question of how the arm holds up here, so how far he can go with that much time off. 1 down, nobody on. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Bottom half of the 4th. Leon will take it for a strike. See you later. Means gets his 2nd strikeout.
Yeah, just a little slider. It looks like maybe a cut fastball, and it just comes in late. Leon has been really struggling. Great job behind the plate. I think they've won 27 out of his last 36 starts, but he broke an 0 for 30. Hit a line drive with the slider, and he hit into right field for an RBI the day in New York. So, but John Means. Now we'll get to the top of the order. Always a thrill to face the best. There's a curveball, best hitter in baseball.
Mookie Betts. Betts has drawn a walk and he is single. As all have now figured out, Brian Blakeney, the home plate umpire, according to the numbers on past history, is the 6th most likely home plate umpire to favor pitchers.
Liberal, yeah, and he has. You can see it.
1-1 delivery, tag down the line. That will be fair. Adam Jones will chase over into the corner. On his way to second base is Betts. I mean, this is just a hitting machine. An unbelievable year continues for Mookie Betts.
Well, I think as a pitcher, you used to always, whether you're pitching or you're sitting on the bench, you look, okay, what kind of bat speed does a hitter have? In other words, how can he get the barrel of the bat through the strike zone? What kind of velocity? Can he hit balls up or down? Is he a low ball hitter, high ball? I don't know, his first year in the big leagues, about 3.5 years ago, late in the year, he had a home run in Camden Yards, and I'm going, boy, there is some bat speed. And if you're an Oriole fan and you're thinking, okay, how are we going to get better? 5th round draft choice. 5th. Not number 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th. So, and what are the attributes that Mookie Betts has? He's athletic. He can bowl. He's got speed. He's got some strength. He can steal bases. He was a second baseman. Again, athletic. Goes out and plays right field. Wins Gold Gloves. Platinum Gold Glover. The best guy. So these are the kind of guys when the Orioles make their draft choices in June, you're looking for.
Benintendi, runner at second base. Benintendi's scored 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and fly it out. Betts, the league's leading hitter, of course. He also leads in extra base hits. He's picked up 84 of those. And Betts in the hit department actually is not the leader. Merrifield's got 184 with KC, but Betts now with 178 is tied with Francisco Lindor of Cleveland for fourth most hits in the league. Nobody hits better at home for average than Betts. 360 here at Fenway. Benintendi fouls it back. 2-ball, 2-strike count. 2 down. Betts on at second base. Benintendi looking for the RBI. 6 hits now for the Red Sox and 5 for the Orioles. That is the first major league hit off John Means, and if you got to give it up to somebody, it's Ovi Mookie Betts.
Well, now crunch time. Again, you're going to give up hits. You're going to give up doubles. Can you get guys out with runners in scoring position?
Pitch on the way is a chopper. He's got to cover first. Mancini will make the flip. Not in time. That's an infield hit.
Well, there's the speed of the big league. You know, if you're an infielder, the ball gets to you quicker. If you're hitting, maybe they throw harder. They move it around. We talked about Benintendi on Monday night. I mean, nothing's routine. You saw it early on. Check swing. They couldn't double him up. So again, I mean, it's an infield hit, and I don't think even if he'd gotten over there quicker, just didn't have enough time. Benintendi beat him to the bat. So what's a routine out is not routine when you can run. And again, another #1 draft choice. There's 7th pick, 2015.
So that will bring up J.D. Martinez. He has doubled, scored, and flied out. For Means at AAA this year, runner in scoring position number was 257. So at AAA, his numbers with runners in scoring position almost exactly the average at the major league level. There are 2 down, first and third. Pitch will be taken inside for a ball. J.D. Martinez taking a look for signs here. You've got speed in both base runners at first and third.
Yeah, I don't think they'll take the bat out of his hand. And of course, you know, he's hitting about 340 against, well, he came in at 336 against the lefty. See, and again, you know, up and in, boy, you got to be right on the corner because he's not going to, he's looking, and of course he can hit the ball inside out as well as anybody in the big leagues. But he's looking to drive a ball like he did back in the first.
He's hitting .413 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Third best number in the American League. That's the situation for Martinez right here. Means delivers to him. There it goes. Adam Jones turns around and watches. Goodbye. Lands down street. Here I come. He hit it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, I just don't think you can throw in the fastball in the fastball count when you throw around 90 because that's that pitch. I mean, you can. You just, and you'll see the result. So home run number 42, and RBI's now closing in on 130 as he gets to 127 on one swing.
For J.D. Martinez, that is the 10th home run he has hit against the Orioles this year. And he now has 21 RBIs against the O's.
Yep. 90, and you know, John Means, well, hey, a lesson to be learned. And what set it up? The infield hit. Good pitch to Benintendi, and he beats it out. And that gets Martinez to the plate.
So the Red Sox using the long ball here in the 4th inning. Martinez is now 4 behind Chris Davis with a K for the home run lead and increases his RBI lead with 127 batted in. Chris Davis has 120.
Well, this is a guy that ramped his swing, dropped his hands, keep the bat on plane. You can see it right there.
And with 2 down.
Yeah, it's so interesting when you read all the articles about you know, J.D. Martinez. His hands were high. He used to swing down at the ball. You know, Ted Williams in 1869 told everybody on our team when he was managing in Washington, 6-degree upswing. I mean, that's a long time ago.
That one's tagged foul.
Well, he knew about launch angle. Of course, that's how he hit 400. And, you know, Hall of Fame, over 500 home runs, even though he missed 5 years of his career. So willing to make the change. And I talked to him on Monday. He said, you know what? I wouldn't change my story for the world. I learned about myself. The journey was unbelievable to try to get to the big leagues and stay there.
For J.D. Martinez, the Fenway Park numbers are even more sensational than the overall ones, I guess. He came in hitting .330 at home, and that's the 25th home run he's had here at Fenway Park. 17 hit on the road. Xander Bogaerts will foul that one back. The Red Sox jump out to an 8-3 lead. 8 runs on 8 hits in the ball game. And Xander Bogaerts with the bases clear and 2 down and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
It's kind of amazing that Bogaerts with 21 home runs has only 1 against left-handed pitching.
And he will take that pitch down in the dirt.
It wears out. Righties 290 with 20 of the 20 home runs. Still hangs in there against lefties, 272, but only the single home run.
2-ball 2-strike count on him.
Another youngster, only 25, turns 26 in a couple of days, actually.
Red Sox have now out-homered the Orioles this year, 32-13. Make that 14 because the Orioles have one today. Couple. So it's 32-15 in homers in this head-to-head series. And a full count. 3-ball 2-strike count on Xander Bogaerts. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Means, who had retired the first 5 faced. Betts got the double, Benintendi the infield single, and Martinez the 3-run homer. He will get this one, though. So the Red Sox add 3. Martinez delivers the blow, and they've got an 8-3 lead.
Singer, his first major league start, and boy, here come the Red Sox. They will put 5 runs and 5 hits on the board. But the big hit is right here. The Devers, bases loaded, slices down the left field line. The bases will clear and take the 5-0 lead. And here come the Orioles. Bryce sits around on the bench. Mancini with his 24th home run makes it 5-1, and then Nunez with a 2-run home run makes it 5-3. Geico highlights. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
So David Price rolls on, and the Red Sox continue to add the runs. Big swing and a miss. 1-ball 1-strike count. Orioles will have to battle back here again as Jonathan Villar, Jones, and Mancini do up 5th inning. Villar has flied out and he is struck out and kept that one down in a way, doing for the strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Villar with a couple of hits, 14 at bats lifetime against Price. Since joining the Red Sox, Price has gone 6-1 in 8 starts against the Orioles, part of that 14-5 lifetime record he has against Baltimore.
Yeah, 17-game winner his first year. Last year elbow problems, so only 6-3 record.
That'll be away.
7-year deal, and what, 4 more years on his deal. He has an opt-out, and they ask him, "Goes, are you crazy?" He said, "Number one, I'm make a lot of money. Number 2, not in that order, but this is a real good team. A lot of young players, which they certainly do have.
Number 1 offense.
Yep. And the other thing is, he said, I got some things to prove in the postseason. And he does.
Well, he's going to get a chance.
Yep. That'll be his next opportunity.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Villar rather backing out.
I mean, there's nothing like, I mean, everybody talks about adrenaline. You try to control it, but there is nothing like pitching in the division series.
2-2 delivery on the way to him, and he reached to protect, fouls it away.
Yeah, now when I played, we didn't have the championship series. That was the World Series. But to get there, you got that division series 3 out of 5. Yeah, every pitch, every out, every moment meaningful.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Upfield shaded a bit to right on VR. And the pitch by Price will be taken away. Well, the Red Sox will go in, of course, with a franchise record in wins. They've got 106. No Red Sox teams ever won that many. They've got the best record in baseball. They're just 5 of 27 teams to finish with the best record have gone on to win the World Series. 5 out of 27. That ball's going to go to left and fall in for a base hit. Good or bad?
Yeah, I actually, the way the Houston Astros have played, what are they now? What, I think 18 or 19 and 4 defending world champs. I actually believe they'll be the favorites. Not that that really matters. You still got to win, but they will be favored. Great road team, best road record in baseball. Talking about the Astros.
Well, 100 wins doesn't guarantee you anything when you get into the postseason. It's only 18% of teams with 100 wins have gone on to win the World Series. And the Red Sox will try and add to that number. The Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees, Red Sox again, and the Cubs were teams who had 100 seasons who went on to win a World Series. The last one being the 16 Chicago Cubs, who are trying desperately just to get in. This
aren't
year.
the Red Sox 2 for 2 though?
Yeah.
So at least favors them, but
that
every
means
year
they're due to lose.
Yeah.
0-1 count. Adam Jones at the plate. Jones, a chopper hit right in front of the plate. Only plays at first. Price will make the throw over to Moreland. VR will go down to second base. Go away. In our Major League Notebook, taking a look at what a start. Speaking of all these wins, still a chance for Alex Cora to overtake the major. Ralph Houck, who was with the Yankees rookie year 1961, their manager, 109 wins. That's the most wins by a rookie manager ever. And you still got these games, the Red Sox with the 2 being played today, 3 more coming up against the Yankees, so a pretty good chance. Cora's going to set a new mark for a first-year manager in wins. Will he be the manager of the year in the American League? 1 down. Runner on at second base now. And Trey Mancini, a home run, 24th, came in the second inning. He is grounded out, and the pitch will be taken away.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting vote result.
Yeah.
A lot of candidates. Bob Melvin. Of course,
And Francona, I would think, has got to get a couple of votes.
A.J. Hinch again. They've won over 100 games. Kevin Cash.
And a strike taken, and then Trey moves away on that one. Down, away. Stephen Wright, the knuckleballer, being moved to the bullpen for the postseason.
And he's pitched well. Of course, I think one of the quests for them, they want to see how he comes in when he comes in, like a lot of setup guys, runners on base in the middle of an inning.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch.
Of course, Price will said do it some other afternoon.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of here at the 5th.
Price had planned to go 5 today. That's what they wanted. Give him a chance for his 16th win. The Red Sox on top if he can get through this inning with a lead. Runner off second. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and Mancini will take it. And another strike knee high outside corner.
And that was somewhat questionable back in the second when he got the bases loaded and nobody out, and then he was able to get a strikeout. He walked another guy, strikeout, ground ball to get out of the inning. They had Bobby Poyner, the lefty, up and loosening up just in case.
Sun peeking on through the clouds. And the 1-2 delivery. Mancini goes after one up high. Strikeout number 6 for Price, 2 down.
Yeah, we've seen, if you watch David Price pitch over the second half of the year, I mean, he's still got 94. Still has the ability right there. He doesn't even get this one in. He gets it kind of up and in. Again, the upper quadrant, it's hard to get on top of that pitch when he elevates it.
David Price here at home this year has gone 8-2. He's got the 3rd best home ERA in the American League at 2.85. 8-2 at home, 7-5 on the road.
With for him, a high ERA. 4 1/3 runs a game, yeah.
So Beckham will try for the 2-out. Runner's going to try and steal 3rd. There'll be no throw as Price never looked. So VR is going to pick up a stolen base. That's a heady base running. Price didn't care. So go ahead and get yourself over there. Give yourself another way to score.
Yeah, David Price is concentrating on trying to get Tim Beckham out. And of course, VR, he'll run anytime. We saw it the other night. He got picked off down 6-2, and you're going, whatever. But that's good base running there because you're right. He ignored him. Totally ignored him.
18 stolen bases. Caught 3 times. Ground ball. Kinsler. And we'll hustle it over for the out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Red Sox on top 8-3. Prices. Who but WB Mason, the official office product supplier for the Baltimore Orioles. By University of Maryland, University College. And by Royal Farms. Pick up your Rofo rewards card today at any Royal Farms to save on gas and to start earning points for free stuff. Details in store. Barry Thorne, Jim Palmer. Really pretty day here in Boston. Very warm and humid start of the ball game. Breeze blowing out towards left field. Hit hard, fair, down the line. First pitch, Moreland's going to pick up 1. Going to try for 2. Here's the throw by Rickert, not in time.
Well, they want him to get going. I mean, if you play the Yankees, you're going to get Tanaka, and you're going to get a bunch of right-handers. You know, maybe Sabathia. I don't know if he'll even make the roster. Right here, I mean, it's just a fastball down the middle of the plate. And at this level, 90, he's looking fastball and hope that if you hang a breaking ball, he'll jump on it. So leadoff double.
Well, the Red Sox, they were already 5 for 10 with runners in scoring position today. They've left only 2. They were 4 for 10 in the first game these two teams played 2 nights ago. And another chance here. Ian Kinsler base hit, and he is grounded out. Moreland on for the 2nd time. He had a walk and scored. Pitch will be up and in.
Well, with the ongoing knee injury to Dustin Pedroia, the reason they got Kinsler is because Nunez, they don't mind him at 3rd, but at 2nd, much more difficult position, turning double plays. They didn't feel comfortable.
Gensler will pop that one up out of play. Wins will come back.
Of course, in the interim now, Holt has turned out to be one of the, even though he's a left-handed hitter, so he can play second base. But again, the hamstring injury to Ian Kinsler, and after a good start here in Boston, after being traded from the Angels.
He's hitting .246 with the Red Sox. 34th game. 1 home run, 14 RBIs, 4 doubles for Ian Kinsler. He gets an RBI chance here. The base hit and a run scored in the first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Means delivery. That's going to be a base hit. That'll be an RBI. Moreland will make the turn. Adam Jones will chase it down in the corner. Into second base. Back-to-back doubles to start the 5th inning. And the Red Sox up 9-3.
102 miles per hour. Again, another 90 mile per hour fastball somewhat in the middle of the plate. So Means, again, you know, he's a finesse guy. He cannot stay there. He hasn't pitched since what? As you mentioned, Gary, August 31st. Not like he's been doing bullpens to get ready for this start. So he becomes very hittable when he's not making his pitches.
So Kinsler delivers and a swing and a miss and a pitch away. Devers has had a bases loaded double, 3 RBIs, and he has popped out. Kinsler gets his 15th RBI as a member of the Red Sox. 47 total. Means delivery to him, and that'll be taken up for a ball. So John Means in his major league debut got the first 5 and then has had trouble with the next 6. Those 5 of the next 6 batters have reached base and 4 of them have scored. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that's going to be down low, boxed by Wins.
Yeah, when you're not overpowering, what happens, you know, in the minors sometimes, you know, if you can get ahead, they'll chase pitches. Up here, especially when they get to know you. I mean, some guys don't have to throw strikes, but this team, you got to throw it over, and if you throw it where they're looking, they're going to hit it hard somewhere.
And will fall behind here. So a count at 3-1 with a runner on at second base. Cody Carroll's 2nd time. He has been up in the bullpen, so he's going to be coming into the ball game. Red Sox, as usual, getting contributions. Just about everybody in the lineup. Swihart and Leone 8 and 9 yet to get on. And a good pitch to him as he gets him on a 90-mile-an-hour swing on that 3-2.
Yeah, Devers swinging through what he was looking for. He's only 21. I still thought that maybe the Orioles would trade Machado up here, maybe for Devers and another player, and you get a guy that you know is he can play a little bit.
And going to be around a while.
Yeah.
3-2 delivery, foul back and out of play.
And of course, you know, if you're worried about Manny playing for the Red Sox for the next 10 years, he could do that anyway.
Absolutely.
They just have to figure out, okay, where does he fit in when we're only spending $235 million, the most in baseball.
New York, New York. 3 ball, 2 strike count. They hold the runner close at second base. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Kinsler's going to make a turn. Up with it is Rickert. Rickert's got no play.
Yeah, so you throw 1 ball by him at 90, and then again, I mean, he tries to get it in. And this time really puts a good swing. The good hitters, no matter how old you are, 21 or 30, whatever it is, they just know where the barrel of the bat is, and he makes a nice adjustment.
It's a 4 RBI day now for Devers as he picks up the base hit and 2 runs in. Red Sox now with 11 hits in the game, and they take a 10-3 lead. And for John Means, the Red Sox have figured him out in a hurry. Swihart has popped out and flied out. Runner on first. That one bounced and right up into the chest protector, though, so it did not go anywhere.
Now, Swihart can play everywhere, and you know, again, a guy out of options, so I talk all along. Want to keep him around. He can catch. He's caught. He's played first. He's played right. He's played second.
Really pulled that one up and out of the yard. Rafael Devers in the multi-RBI game department, he's had 14 of them this year. This is the just the second game where he's had 3 RBIs, but he's also had 2 4 RBI ball games, and he's going to get a shot at that, one would think, unless he comes out of the ball game. 1-1 delivery on the way, and a strike call. Letter high up. Swihart not particularly happy, or happy at all.
Well, he's shaking his head, looking down, focusing. He said, okay, now I got to cover. Not only do I have to cover the strike zone, maybe a little bit extra.
Yes. 4-game hit streak, 4 for 14 during the streak, make it 4 for 50, and he's out.
And then John Means, because of that, makes a really good pitch. Nice little slider under the zone. Finally gets it out here in the 5th. 2-strike pitch.
1 away. That'll bring up Sandy Leon. Leon in the number 9 spot doing the catching. He has popped out and been called out on strikes. 1 down, runner on at first base. Leon had an 0 for 30.
Well, he got a high slider off at Tanaka the other night in New York, and that broke that 0 for 30. He hit a single into right. Yep.
They said on Wednesday, and that ended the 0 for 30. And Leon will go after a good tailing pitch at 83 miles an hour. Had movement down and away. Count goes to 0-1.
Well, came over from Washington, and then really had a nice year for the Red Sox. In 2016 hit over 300. I think probably even surprised himself. Highest average ever.
Veteran catcher who's 29 years old takes the pitch away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lynn has come out in the on deck circle, so Betts is going to be coming out of the ball game with a doubleheader day today. Zue Lin. 1 ball, 1 strike. Devers on at first base, in the air to left, not deep. Jones will put it away. 2 down, runner stays. The regular season schedule at Oriole Park comes to a close on Sunday. Orioles host the Astros. That day, the first 20,000 fans, 15 and over, will receive an Orioles duffel bag, part of Fan Appreciation Weekend. Tickets start as low as $15. Get yours now at Orioles.com. So 2 down, runner remains on at first base, and here is Lynn. Mookie Betts out, adding to his day, up 3 times, on 3 times for Betts. He had a double, a single, drew a walk, and scored a run in the ball game. Lynn has provided them with some nice bench work. 236, homer, 3 RBIs. Played in, this is his 33rd game he's appeared in. And a swing and a miss as Means keeps it down.
Yeah, he's always played well against the Orioles. 6 for 11, a couple of doubles. He can run. Boy, he got some good foot speed.
Then with a 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 runs in here in the inning, and again keeping it down and goes after. So Lynn behind on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
One thing you like about John Means, he's not afraid of contact, and I think we said he hadn't pitched in almost 20-some days. Throwing it over.
Lynn will probably stay in the game and play center for Mookie Betts. His first time there was on Friday. First time he played center field. But again, these are the kind of things that happen in the final couple of weeks of the year where the club knows it's going to the postseason. So looking at what we got. 2-2 delivery. That's going to head to the middle. The shift was on. That moved the eye right where he needed to be. But boy, that took a quick throw to get him. So a couple of runs in on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Red Sox increase their lead. Game 2 of the split doubleheader will be coming up tonight. Game time will be at 7 o'clock. Chris Sale for Boston. The Orioles will make their choice on a starter after this game. Coverage on Masson 2 begins at 6:30. O's Extra presented by Ford, followed by our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson. Price out of the ball game.
Yeah, well, again, I mean, he pitches well. Sits around, they get him 5 runs, does not have a good second inning, then he straightens out the ship. So he's going to get his 16th win with a 10-3. Stephen Wright, who had knee problems all of last year, this year a little domestic problem, 15-day suspension early on, comes back. He's pitched well for him. I mean, they're looking for somebody hasn't allowed an earned run in his last 8 games. He is a knuckleballer. He's had some really good years as a starting pitcher. This year with problems in the 7th and 8th inning. He may be a guy in the playoffs they go to.
So right on. Lynn will stay in the ball game after pinch hitting for Betts. Lynn in center field. And the right-hander Stephen Wright will begin work with the pitch up and in. Renato Nunez, his home run, 2nd inning. All 3 runs came on 3 hits in 1 inning against Price. The Trey Mancini solo shot and the 2-run homer by Nunez, his 8th of the year. Knuckleballer's pitch will be a strike at the letters, again on the inside corner. Wright has not given up an earned run in 10 2/3 innings. That's over 8 games. 19th appearance, 15 of those have been as a reliever. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that one knuckles right out of the glove.
Well, that's why they were talking. You want to bring him in. Not the case here. Bring him in the middle of the inning, because not only does he have to get you out, you got to be able to catch what he throws. Look at this. I mean, just easy to. They brought Charlie Huff in an All-Star game I was doing. I said, "Are you going to have to relieve Rich Gedman, or are they going to have to relieve Charlie Huff because he couldn't catch it?"
Some who can't.
No, you're right. And
a
the
whole
thing
different way of catching.
thing about Stephen Wright, I mean, 2 years ago he won 13 games. He was one of the better starting pitchers. Pinch running, dove back into a base, hurt his shoulder, and last year the knee. But he can throw 83, 85 miles per hour, because before the knuckleball he was kind of just a minor league fastball.
3-1 delivery is in there for a strike.
There's your heater at 83.
He's appeared in a couple of games against the Orioles. 1 as a starter. 11 1/3 innings, 2 runs, 7 hits against the Orioles this year. He has no record this year. He is 2-2 lifetime against the O's. Nunez waiting on it, and the knuckler called strike, and he's on his way to first base and will return.
He's not going to say anything, but he's not happy. His knuckleball up and in, and let's see what the glove does. Oh, yeah. So it's somewhere around the plate, and that's all pretty much where you have to do. That ball's definitely up and in,
but our box said the strike.
I know. I don't believe that. No.
Then why are we showing it?
Well, that's another whole story.
All right. I mean, we show the
we'll
strike
take
zone.
care of that young man by next year.
It's not right. Get rid of it. 1 down here in the 6th inning. Here's Joey Rickard. He has singled and doubled, and the pitch taken at the knees for a strike. Joey Rickard and Wright. Chance for an RBI came in that 3rd inning. There was a throw out at the plate as Mookie Betts got the relay into Bogarts, and they got Beckham trying to score from first on the 2-bagger. That pitch is there for a strike as well. Quickly goes to 0-2. So a little bit of everything when you have this many pitchers working, where the hitters you get to see Price a couple of times, but going to see the bullpen guys. You get a knuckler involved, then a speedball guy, then a changeup guy. You're all over the place at the plate.
Well, you got a guy like Kelly, but I don't think he's going to make the roster the way he's pitching. When Wright came back, Gary, with the knee problems, was on the DL. Matt Barnes had a hip problem. Now he's back. So the bullpens, at least for the Red Sox, they hope it's getting back to where they want it to be.
0-2 will be up high. Knuckler again at 77.
A lot of knuckleballers. There's one of the great ones was Wakefield here. He was able to win over 200 games as a knuckleballer, but he held runners well. A lot of knuckleballer guys don't do that. You can steal bases.
And a strike called, and he gets another K. So 2 down here in the 6th inning. Price struck out 6.
We'll take a look, and he thinks it's high. And he only drug it down about 4 inches there. Got the
Leon thought it was high. And there are 2 down.
But this strike zone is what it is.
And it's a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Here's Austin Wynns. Wynns has drawn a walk and he has popped out. 2 down, nobody on. That one right down the middle for a strike. (10-11-0) for the Red Sox. 3-6-0 for the Orioles. Orioles had made it a 5-3 ball game after trailing 5-0. That's going to be a base hit. That's about all you can do with that knuckler, and just try and put the barrel on it, and he did. So Wynns gets a 2-out single. There's so much to see and do on the beaches and islands of Sarasota, Florida's Gulf Coast. Go beyond the stadium to the area's beaches, known to be some of the best in the world. Plan now at visitsarasota.com. Fenway Park feels like Sarasota today weather-wise. The 82-degree temp and a little breeze. Lots of sunshine continues to come through with high clouds drifting by. And now you got the pitcher in the sun, the hitter in the shade. Wilkerson has been called out on strikes and grounded out. That knuckleball all the way to the backstop.
Well, that's what they were talking about. I mean, you get in the middle of the postseason, and I mean that knuckleball's right down the middle, except it dances. A good knuckleball, you throw it with your fingertips. It's not off your knuckles. And all the other pitches you throw, you know, whether it's a changeup or a curveball or a slider or a cutter or a fastball, you're trying to get the seams to help you, you know, the dynamics of the ball. Knuckleball, throw it off the fingertips and hope it does it. All it does is dance.
Ground ball to first on a big hop. Moreland. Wright will cover and they'll record the out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 10-3 Boston. Issue of the day in baseball, strikeouts. MLB is now on pace for 41,103 strikeouts. A new record. The strikeout record had been set each of the last seasons since 2008. And the Astros, their pitching staff has set a new mark for an individual staff in the course of a year, coming into today's play at 1,644. And what may be most amazing, there are 69 more strikeouts than hits this season in the majors. That has never happened. There's never been a year where strikeouts have been more than hits. This may be the first year. Walks, hits, strikeouts. Modern day baseball.
Indians have 4 guys with 200 strikeouts or more as their starting staff. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're talented guys.
Yeah, absolutely. The numbers just keep climbing in the K department year after year. Here's Benintendi. Means staying on for the Orioles. Just fouls that one.
Well, it's on. Baseball's so much into analytics. The batting average. We never knew what the BABIP was, the batting average in balls in play, but that's what it stands for. The league average is 300.
That's caught on a diving catch by Wilkerson.
And no doubt this kid can play defense, whether it's third or second. And that line drive is going to get Buck Showalter out of the dugout. But again, I mean, this is a heads-up play. And again, remember, as you said, Gary, it's coming out of the shadows. Well, we saw him make some outstanding plays on Sunday, Friday night in New York, diving plays all over the place.
Cody Carroll, who's been up twice in the bullpen, will now get a chance as he comes to the mound, one away, nobody on. Hold true moment. John Means coming on, major league debut, and one he will not forget as he was able to pick up the 3 outs in his first inning of Major League Baseball. Got a little tougher after that, though, but he got the
well, it did, and again the infield hit, and then the home run by Martinez undid him, and then all of a sudden Cody Carroll comes on. So fastball slider pitcher, good arm. You can see a lot of velocity. Got the pitch in New York, a scoreless inning in the Orioles 6-3 win on Sunday. So the numbers, righties, it's a little bit unusual. Gets the lefties out, fastball slider split on occasion.
JD Martinez, and we'll take it away. Big blow in the 4th. 42nd home run, 3 more RBIs. He's now gone 2 for 3 in the ball game, scored twice, and 2 extra base hits. He had a double in the first inning when he got on and scored. Carroll's delivery to him, and that will be there for a strike. So Cody Carroll comes on for Means, who worked 3 1/3. Means gave up 5 runs, 6 hits, walked none, and struck out 4. Hart, an inning and 2/3, no runs, a hit, a walk. Ryan Meisinger made the start. There's a strike at the knees outside corner, and Mr. Martinez chats with Ryan Blakeney.
Well, at least it's 10-3 for the Red Sox, but
post game that would be a lot hotter.
You're not. I mean, if you're getting graded, he's not getting very good grades today, unless it's really on the curve.
That's going to be a base hit. He reached for it and got it. So a 3-hit ball game for JD Martinez. He's on with 1 down. Orioles are proud to once again host the Longevity Foundation's Breathe Deep Baltimore, a 5K walk to raise funds and awareness for lung cancer in memory of the O's late public relations director Monica Pence Barlow. The event will take place at Oriole Park Saturday, October 6th. Proceeds benefiting the nonprofit efforts to provide research grants as well as community support for those with lung cancer. To register or more info, go to Orioles.com/longevity. 1 down, 1 on. Here's Bogarts, hit number 12 for the Red Sox. Carroll's delivery is a strike. Cody Carroll has had one previous appearance, worked an inning against the Red Sox, gave up a run on a hit. 3 walks surrendered in that game. Bogarts 2 RBI double in the first inning. 1 for 3 in the ball game. And works it to a 1-ball 1-strike count. So Price leaves with a chance to win his 16th for Boston with a 3-run 6 hits over 5. Meisinger started for the Orioles, just a third of an inning. 5 runs 4 hits in his first major league start. As the Orioles continued to pile up the numbers, the number of pitches used and in starters. The Orioles 14 starters, which ties the 1988 mark of 14 and is 1 shy of the all-time mark for most starters in a year. And off-speed deliveries up high.
Yeah, he has a tendency to go more like a merry-go-round, and that flattens out that slider. That's what Martinez hit. He saw one early in the count, and then when he threw him another one, he didn't hesitate, smoking it into left. And Cody Carroll, I mean, he's 6'5". So good velocity, movement. We'll see how that plays in the big league level next year if he makes the ball club. And then every once in a while throw a real good slider, but the majority of them spin a little bit because once you get out of your windup, it's hard to stay behind it. Again, coming over in the Zach Britton trade from the Yankees, pitching really well at AAA.
3-ball 2-strike count with 1 down. In the air to center, hit it pretty good. 379 back, looking up, and goodbye home run. On to the Drake over batter's eye. Bogarts, a 4 RBI day. Martinez will score ahead of him, and it is 12-3.
Yeah, that's one thing about Fenway. You got the green monster, but it's only about 380 to center field. So when the wind blowing out, you can see it goes 409 feet. You know, in Baltimore, you might be able to catch it, but here at Fenway, I mean, it goes into the tarp they have in day games, night games. There's fans sitting out there, but it's right down the middle. And he knows. I mean, watch him. I mean, he just sit right there. He's just going to follow it. Home run 22, 21 of them off right-handed pitching.
100 RBIs. Xander Bogaerts reaches that mark with the 4 that he has put across today. The Red Sox just continue to add to the totals. And here's Moreland. He's scored twice, reaching on a walk and a double. Officially, the 1 for 2 in the ball game. Xander Bogaerts against the Orioles. That is the 3rd home run he has had this year against the O's. Now he's got 13 RBIs against the Orioles. Went around on that one. Tim Timmons called at third base.
Well, lesson to be learned for Cody Carroll is that basically, okay, 3-1. I'm going to throw a fastball. I just can't throw it in the middle for the good hitters. And when you do, it may not always hit home run because they're going to hit it hard. That doesn't mean you can't use your fastball. You just can't do it in those counts.
Trying to reach out for that one. It goes to shallow left field, high in the air though. Adam Jones able to find it. Moreland is retired, and there are 2 down here in the 6th inning. The home runs have been a major problem for the Orioles staff all year. Orioles, home run wise, have given up the most, 225 home runs surrendered by the Orioles staff as a whole. And that is the most in the American League. Here is Ian Kinsler. He's had a double single, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and has picked up an RBI. By the way, when John Means came on to pitch, he was the 56th player for the Orioles this year. That's a new record. That one popped up to first base, glasses on, foul territory, and put away by Mancini. 2-run homer Bogaerts. He increased the lead. Our Ram do-ups brought to you by Ram Trucks. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer, or log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. and sounds of Fenway. Travis has come on to play in left field. Benintendi's gone to center. Lynn is going to play short, so he goes from center field to shortstop. Wright stays on to pitch. Mullins, Orioles leadoff batter. He has struck out twice, drawn a walk. Go to the seventh inning, a 12-3 lead, game one of the doubleheader. Knuckleballer's pitch will be in the outside corner for a strike. VR and then Jones do up.
So Wright gives them length in the bullpen, as does, depending on who starts, who's the fourth starter, whether it's Rodriguez or Eovaldi.
That'll go to third. Knuckler just chopped into the ground. Mullins is retired by Devers. One down in the seventh. Second game tonight, 7 o'clock in the split doubleheader. See who the Orioles decide to start after this ball game. It won't be Meisinger, Hart, Carroll, or John Means. They have all worked here. Here's Jonathan VR. VR, base hit, stolen base, 1 for 3. Takes the pitch for a ball.
Yeah, I think again, if you had Cobb or Cashner, even though Cobb struggled early and Cashner's not had the kind of year he wanted, you don't have to worry about your long men. Maybe your 6th, 7th, and 8th guys, but now with so much inexperience, Hess is going to pitch tomorrow, I think, against Houston. So, but you're almost day to day. It's like a hamstring now. You're trying to figure out who's going to pitch and what you're going to get the kind of pitching you want.
Comebacker, going to have to hurry this one. Does. Let's see out. So he can throw submarine too.
Exactly. Well, you're picking it off the ground. Might as well use that arm angle. And again, I mean, he's very athletic. I mean, otherwise he wouldn't have been running the bases back in 2016 in the interleague game when he hurt the shoulder.
That'll bring Adam Jones up. 2 down, nobody on. Adam getting the start in left. It's a ballpark where a lifetime. Adam has hit .263 at Fenway, 13 home runs here. He has a total of 28 home runs lifetime against Boston. And Wright's pitch just can't get a good cut on that one. 0-1. Red Sox are after their franchise new mark of 107 wins. They've already set the mark with 106. They are 55-21 at home and 51-30 on the road. In the air to right down the line, and that will be fun.
Yeah, we'd come in here years ago, and when you played the Red Sox up here, you'd go, ooh, hard to beat them. And then you get them away from Fenway. They couldn't beat you on the road as well as they could do it here. That's not the case anymore.
Red Sox have never had a team with 50 wins at both home and road. First time in their franchise history.
The athleticism is unbelievable.
Again, foul back. The last team to do that in Major League Baseball to have 51 plus wins at home and on the road with the Cardinals back in 2004. Cardinals won 53 at home and 52 on the road. Red Sox have got the Yankees coming in here. They finish up at home. They got a day off tomorrow and then 3 against the Yankees. Ground ball right off the end of the bat to short. Lynn's got it. Running throw. Looks like he'd been there the entire game. 7th inning stretch time at Fenway Park. It is 12-3 Boston. Fan Appreciation Weekend coming up at home as the Orioles return to Camden Yards tomorrow night. Houston, 4 games. The Thursday, Friday, Saturday games are all night games, 7 o'clock. And then the Sunday closer will be at 3. And Fan Appreciation going on all weekend long as the O's go home after the second game of that doubleheader today. Fouled off down the left side. Rafael Devers. An RBI base hit last time up. A 3 RBI double in the first, 4 RBI day. And he has gone 2 for 3 in the ballgame. Devers came in hitting just .206 against the Orioles on the year. He's certainly raised that number. Cody Carroll on the mound for the Orioles. He gave up the 2 runs on 2 hits in the 6th inning on the homer by Bogarts. Martinez, JD, has had a 3 RBI home run. Bogarts has 4 RBIs in the game, and that one's blasted into that well again. That ball is gone. Goodbye home run. It just made it. The corner seat at the 420-foot mark. And Devers has got a homer. Boston's 3rd of the day, 13-3.
Yeah, that ball is clouded. I mean, talk about a tee shot. A little breaking ball that's down in the zone. And I say this all the time. I've found that not too many lefties don't like it down. I mean, look at this. It ends up right in the middle of the plate. He just drives it. I mean, if he follows this ball, and talk about hitting through the ball, you think it's going to be, like you said, Gary, probably maybe a double or triple, and it just sails right out of here.
You don't see many hit right there. That's that corner at that 420 mark.
So that's like probably what, about, probably would have ended up somewhere in the 430 range on the really pretty much a line drive.
Pitch will be taken away by Swihart, who is 0 for 3. Devers gets his 3rd home run against the Orioles this season. That's number 20 on the year for him. There's another one way back in right field. Rickard up, and Andreoli can't get it. Goodbye home run. Back-to-back homers as Devers and Swihart deliver. The line drive by Devers. The long looping home run picked up by Swihart.
Well, he doesn't hit too many home runs, but did have a home run, a solo home run on Saturday, and well, he just can't end up in the middle of the plate. You know, so breaking ball and then a fastball. Target's up and in. I mean, it's not up and in. So when a guy throws 96, you're sitting on fastball. If you hang on breaking ball or throw in the middle of the plate, you can throw it out in the ballpark. I mean, Andreoli makes a tremendous effort. But Swihart just smokes it.
3rd home run of the season picked up by Swihart, and he gets his 16th RBI.
And all those right switch hitter, so all the home runs coming against the from the left side of the plate against the right-handers.
All right, here are the changes now. Rickard's gone to left. Jones is out. Andreoli's in right, where Rickard had been. Peterson has come in to play second base, and Wilkerson goes over to short. As soon as I write all these down, I'll rejoin you.
So Roger McDowell comes out, and of course Sandy Leon. I mean, tough to follow the last 2 guys.
Carroll's given up 3 home runs now in 2 innings off Cody Carroll. And he'll be asked to eat up a couple more outs if he can here and try and get through this inning. Carroll has surrendered 6 home runs in 16 innings. 3 of them coming here. That's as many as he's given up in the other games. Leon goes down 0 for 4, the strikeout.
Yeah, just throws it right by him, and this time doesn't get it in the middle of the plate, just up the ladder. It's Leon, I mean, in a prolonged slump, except defensively. That's the way he gets to play. So,
Embry up in the bullpen. And the pitch taken for a strike. Lynn, who's now playing at shortstop, has had an at bat and has grounded out, the only one he's had in the ball game. He's in the leadoff spot for Mookie Betts. This is 14 runs on 15 hits in the opener of the doubleheader here at Fenway today, as the Red Sox have been in charge since they took the 5-0 lead in the first inning. The closest the Orioles got was 5-3. The Orioles did get the potential go-ahead run to the plate once. Potential tying run to the plate another time, and that's as close as they've been, and now Red Sox just running away with it.
Well, 5 in the first, 3-2-2-2. It's a nice little offensive roll they're on from the fourth inning on.
Carroll's delivery is going to miss away. And a 2-ball 2-strike count on Lynn. Benintendi is the due-up batter in the number 2 spot. And that'll be slash foul the other way. Pitch by Carroll. Down the line again is going to go foul. The 5th time this year the Red Sox have had back-to-back home runs. Holt and Betts, Betts and Benintendi, Moreland and Martinez, Swihart and Betts, and now Devers and Swihart. Two. That one will more inside.
And then, of course, when you throw back-to-back, then you're worried about the back-to-back-to-backers.
Got rid of that, though.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but you got to do it. You had to get Leone out.
Who, fortunately for Carroll, was in that
made a good
slump.
pitch.
Foul back.
Yeah, I was on the bench. Ross Grimsley pitching, and Mike Flanagan, and sitting next to me, and I think Scotty McGregor, and he throws back-to-back home runs against Bobby Bonds, Don Baylor, and Ron Jackson. So I look at Flanagan. I said, that'll never happen to me. And Mike says, really? Like I had this magical thing. I said, no, I would have walked the third guy.
Good idea.
And I would have.
Speaking of which, there's a walk. So Carroll surrenders the free pass with 1 out.
Well, it gets better, and I'm telling the story when it's 14-3. So the next night, Bobby Bonds have a 5-0 lead. 3-2. He hits a home run left field in the 6th inning. And Don Baylor's up next. He hits a high fly ball to right to center field, and I'm already looking to see who I'm going to walk, because I just said the night before, you know, I would walk the next guy. Of course, that's the last thing you want to do.
Deep to center field, going back on it, looking up at the wall, and that's going to hit high, and look where it ricochets all the way over to center. Lynn will score easily. It'll be a double for Benintendi and an RBI. Benintendi picks up his second hit of the ball game, and it is a 15-3 shellacking.
Yeah, move it another 5 feet to the right, and it's another home run. They would have had 3 in the inning. He was out at they got in at, I guess, home about 5 o'clock on Sunday night after the game of the week in Cleveland. He was out hitting early. It was pretty cold on Monday with J.D. Martinez and Tim Hires, the hitting instructor, because he's not happy with his swing. It's getting better today, though.
Well, Benintendi gets RBI number 85. He's had a single and a double. Still only 1 out, and a swing and a miss by J.D. Martinez. Martinez already with the 42nd home run in the 4th inning. 3 RBIs on that one. He's had a 3-hit day, double, single, homer, so just a triple shy of picking up the cycle here today. And he has scored 3 times. A 1 delivery to him will be fouled back and out of play.
Well, here it is, and I mean, again, it's just a 2-0 fastball, 90 miles per hour, and he just launches it. You can see almost 106 miles per hour being belted into left center here.
He has hit a lot of them the other way. We've talked about opposite field home runs. He's got 18 of them, first in the majors in opposite field homers. With that one, he pulls over the monster and out of the ballpark.
Well, he had the most last year too. Well, I think he had 46 home runs in 115 games last year. Got him a 5-year deal here. Well over $100 million. Late signing.
Player nobody wanted.
Yep.
or were unwilling to sign.
Yeah.
That's going to go to first, and it'll be hauled in. Trey Mancini, pretty well hit. That'll hold the runner at second base. No chance to move Benintendi. Right on the bag.
Well, you're getting an idea that the radar gun doesn't tell you the whole story at the major league level. Cody Carroll's been 94 to 96 all day long, and in the middle of the plate here, they seem to have it figured out.
And here's Bogarts, who has had it figured out, a 4 RBI day. Or nope, he's out of there. Sorry, Travis. Travis hitting in Bogart's spot. And we'll take the pitch for a strike. So both teams getting a lot of the regulars out. That probably means he'll be playing in the second game.
Or not. And he's got really has an option.
Travis hitting 192. Homer, 7 RBIs. Has played in only 15 games now. Delivery by Cody Carroll, foul back. One ball, 2 strike count. So Carroll asked to complete this inning, trying to find one more out and get it over with the back-to-back home runs and the RBI double by Benintendi, 3 in the inning. Travis, AAA this year, 258. Spent most of the time with the Paw Sox, who are going to be the Paw Sox no more because they've moved out of Pawtucket for next year.
Are they going to Worcester?
Worcester Mets.
Yeah, a long time. What is he? Well, he helped build Camden Yards. Larry Lucchino is executive vice president emeritus. Put a group together. Built a new ballpark down in Worcester.
2-2 got him on a call, 3rd strike. So Travis is retired. Red Sox will add 3 here in the 7th inning and now have a 15-3 lead.
I guess the job done in the major way. Yup, this one is a home run. We in the major leagues. I guess the job done in the major way. Yup, this one is a home run. It's my time to shine. Been waiting all night. They bitchin' strong, but he threw it just right. I know through the cracks could be a double. Now I'm doing what I do.
Back here at Fenway, first game of our day-night doubleheader, and the Red Sox with a 15-3 lead as we go to the 8th inning.
Well, Heath Hembry comes on, so again you can see a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of walks. Pitched in New York last week, gave up the grand slam to Stan. Fastball, slider, good fastball, and when he throws his slider, gets on top of it, it's a pretty good breaking ball. Another one guy that's probably on the bubble, whether he'll be on the postseason roster.
Trey Mancini will lead off against him and will take the pitch. Let's take a look at our Ford drive of the game.
I'll take a look right here. The Orioles do get on the board. Home run number 24. I mean, they got out of here in a hurry.
Putting the Orioles, helping the Orioles get back into the ball game, but that did not last. Delivery taken outside. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Trey Mancini 1 for 3 in the ball game, 2 for 7 in the series. Does have a 5-game hit streak now. Right-hander's delivery to him. Swing and a miss. Both pitcher hitter now in the shadows. For Hembree, he owns a 2-0 record against the Orioles this year, even though they've hit him up pretty hard. 7 games. He picked up 5 runs on 9 hits and 7 2/3 innings against him.
He's had a pretty good year, though. I mean, over 11 strikeouts per 9 innings, 20 holes.
That one down the line, right field to the pole, and that is a foul ball. Almost got there.
Yeah, you got to be J.J. Hardy to hit. Actually hit 2, probably about 3 years ago. Hit 2 right inside the pesky pole in 1 game.
He owns right field. Fenwick. So back to the plate comes Trey Mancini. Mancini 2 for 6 off Hembree lifetime. Outfield will shade a bit towards right on Trey. 1-2 pitch to him, goes that same way, and that'll be fouled as well. This is the only day game in baseball today. Big games will be coming up tonight, affecting that National League West race and the National League wild card race very much in play. Milwaukee, St. Louis, big games, and that one is going to get him.
You know, that's the good breaking ball. Able to get on top of it. He's a big guy, so very simple windup. I mean, hardly any leg kick at all. And there's the good slider. 6'4", at least listed at 6'4", 225 out of North Carolina, actually South Carolina.
Tim back up with a walk, a run scored. He's had a base hit as well, so 1 for 2. 4-game hit streak for Tim. 3 for 8 with a home run lifetime off Hembree. Gets it in, pops it up. Shallow right. Center. Okay. Coming on, Benintendi made the rush and said, I got it.
Yeah, I don't think Kinsler even saw it. He had his hands going on. I don't know where it is. Come get it. And he did.
He did. He's talking about Benintendi still with his arms out. Like I had no idea where it was. Benintendi's speed again showing up.
Well, you know, we talk about the Orioles going to get the #1 pick next year, and he was a number 7 guy, but why? He could hit. Had a great college bat. Spent the whole after he signed, goes right. You know, right. Spent the next winter getting bigger, stronger, can run. Do a lot of things to help you win.
Pitch up and in to Nunez. Price looking for the win, the starter. 5 innings, 3 runs, 6 hits. He's after his 16th. Meisinger in his first major league start. 2-0 for the Orioles, but pitcher of record. He went only a third, gave up 5 runs on 4 hits. 5 runs in that first inning, and the Orioles have never been on top. Now Jace Peterson looks like we're going to have a position player pitch in this ball game. The Orioles trying to save some arms for the doubleheader in the beginning of the Houston series tomorrow. 2-0 delivery on the way, and that is in there for a strike.
This is going to be interesting. I mean, he you know, I used to pitch against one of the really good right-handers, Luis Tiant. He had a little Tiante there. Turn. Alan Mills looking on, the bullpen coach. Curveball right there.
That went high in the air into the sun field in left, and Travis will put it away for the out. So a 1-2-3 inning. We look like we're going to see infielder pitch. The Orioles, no better evidence by the fact than their infielder, Jace Peterson, is going to come on and pitch here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, I was trying to check it out. I don't think he's ever pitched in the big leagues. There are a lot of guys that can do that. Usually, and I'm watching him wind up. He's got a pretty good windup. Now, can he throw from stretch? I don't know. Maybe nobody will get on. It doesn't seem the case. The Red Sox with 16 hits and 15 runs.
Orioles make more defensive changes as Corbin Joseph will play at second base and Caleb Joseph, his brother, will play at first base. Buck Showalter continues to shuffle the lineup. And the Red Sox will bat here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Mitch Moreland. Moreland, a double and a walk, scored both times getting on, 1 for 3 officially at the plate, and now Alex Cora is coming out. I think Cora is trying to figure out the lineup here and asking home plate umpire.
Yeah, what order they're batting in and all that.
So Jace Peterson ready to pitch. Add another position to his professional repertoire. It is there for a strike.
90. Oh, wow. Wow. Wait a minute.
He's played first, second, third, short, and the outfield in his professional career. Foul back and out of play.
And 93. Well,
sign him up.
Well, he's already signed up, but maybe he's been playing on the wrong position all these years.
Another position player who needs to be moved.
A pitcher that can steal bases. This is amazing.
Oh. Peterson's delivery, and that'll be up high. 28-year-old out of Lake Charles, Louisiana, who's worked the infield for the Orioles this year.
A little
off speed
of something. I mean, Chris Davis looks on. I mean, they'll remember the probably what is it, 2000? I don't know the year when we ran out of players and Adam Jones hit a home run off Darnell McDonald, and then Chris came in.
In the air, that will go for a base hit. Andreoli will get it back in. So Moreland is on with a single to start the 8th inning.
A nice little afternoon, single double.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. So Jace Peterson, first batter he faces. Moreland a base hit, and that will bring up Ian Kinsler. Kinsler's had a good day, 2 for 4, double, single. He has scored twice in the ball game as well. Everybody but Sandy Leone in the starting lineup contributing offensively for the Red Sox. And a strike taken on the outside corner. Danny Valencia was the last position player for the Orioles to go to the mound on August 2nd against Texas. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that will be foul back.
Well, remember the way he walked. I mean, he walked off like he had just won a Cy Young award. He was striding. Then you go back at Chris Davis. That was back on, I think, May 12th in 2012 when he came in and pitched a couple of scoreless innings here.
1-2 check swing.
Look at this.
Go for 2. There's
one
relay. Got the double play. Way to go, Jace. Wow. Didn't hesitate going to second base.
Well, he caught it like an infielder, and that's exactly what he is. Well, you know, just think about it. You watch or you participate in the pitcher's fielding practice all spring. Look at this. Boom. And then Wilkerson turns the double play. Barely.
So 2 down. Nobody on 8th inning.
Did that like he's been doing it his whole life.
Pitch will be up high. Devers delivering a home run, his 20th, came in the 7th inning. He's had a 3-hit ball game, a triple shy of the cycle. Ooh. Way back, and goodbye home run. Oh, another monster shot. So Devers in back-to-back at bats delivers home runs 20 and 21. 3, 4, 5, 6 RBIs in this game. I want to play third in the postseason.
Yeah, exactly. Dustin Pedroia, who can't play because of the knee problems, he's there to congratulate him. I mean, this ball's belted. Take a look. I mean, you can see four-seam fastball crunched.
Devers with a 2-homer ball game. That makes it 16-3.
Yeah, Kessler's going, how'd you do that? I mean, I get in a double play. Come on.
Swihart's had a home run. 2 down, 2 ball, 1 strike count. So for Devers, with the day he has had here today, 6 RBIs, he's going to be the 3rd Red Sox player to have a 6 RBI day this year. Only 3. Down to first. That is a fair ball. Nobody's covering. It's a base hit. That's one thing that he hasn't done in the infield, and that's cover first from the mound.
Yeah, if you did in spring training, they're all yelling, get over there, because that's what they do all spring. Because he's usually the guy that's, you know, trying to cover it if he's a second baseman. So he makes a nice pitch. I mean, Kalen really makes a great play. I mean, this slider that could have been a double, he caught it easy. And he's been doing it. Of course, he has played some first base, and then he thinks that the pitcher, in this case Chase Peterson, will cover it. He didn't.
19 hits for the Red Sox, and here's Leone, who just wants to join the parade. He's gone 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts. He has popped out and he has flied out. 33,577 the announced attendance. 33,577, nowhere near that in the ballpark. Down the line, and that is going to be a fair ball. It'll roll around in the corner. Andreoli over to get it. Swihart will be stopped at third. They got a chance at second base. Ball gets away. Runner stays at third there. So Leone does get into the mix. Hit number 20 for Boston is a Sandy Leone double. And that'll put runners on at second and third against Chase Peterson.
Yeah, pretty classy thing, not sending the runner.
Yeah.
I think he easily could have scored. It's already, what, 16-3.
Pitch taken inside. This equals the most hits the Red Sox have had in a game this year. They picked up 20 against Seattle back on June 22nd in a 9-inning ball game. Little chopper foul at home plate. Lynn has drawn a walk, grounded out. He has scored a run. He's in the leadoff spot for Betts. 16 runs on 20 hits. 2 in scoring position here. Jace Peterson delivers. 85 up and away. 1 ball, 2 strike count. You think it can't get worse, and then there's today. In the air, center field. That ball hit pretty well. Going back, warning track with room. Jumping up, bounces off the wall. 2 runs will score. It'll be a 2 RBI double for Lynn. And it is 18-3.
Well, I mean, you look at, I mean, they know they're just going to look fastballs, and I mean, that's what, 88 miles per hour. Nolan's nice effort, but can't quite catch up. Lynn's still blowing out, not maybe as much as it was earlier in the game. So this is just like batting practice, and you're getting the same results. Just hoping somebody will hit somebody at somebody and get out of this inning.
Lynn gets RBIs 4 and 5, and nobody hates this worse than Buck. That's going to go to second base. It'll skip through, and another run's going to score. Lynn will cross easily. It'll be an RBI base hit for Benintendi. So Benintendi's had 3 hits in the ball game, and that'll be his second RBI of the game.
Well, the other thing is, and the difficulty factor for outfielders, infielders, this ball's hit real hard. They can't get in front of it. They don't have time. Exit velocity again up there. Well, there's another run.
And the guys are just going to come in to give Jace Peterson a little rest and a little encouragement here.
Well, 25 pitches.
Yeah.
A lot of strikes though. I mean, it's no difficulty throwing it over. It's just getting him hit it at somebody.
Just please do not have an arm injury here.
Yeah, Christian Vasquez is going to pinch hit, get a bat at a bat.
Vasquez for J.D. Martinez. Martinez hit a 3-run homer, his 42nd of the year. Vasquez with a runner on at first base. He'll be the 8th Red Sox to hit. Ball is going to get away, and the runner is not going to go. As the Red Sox, there actually is a little sportsmanship left. Not going to try and embarrass here.
Well, they've already done that.
The Orioles are having to play a game like this. That's the embarrassment.
Yeah.
1-0 count, 2 down. And Vasquez will take the pitch for a strike.
Well, you'd like to think. I mean, that coming in with what, a 45 and 111 record, can't get any worse.
Just did.
Well, I don't mean, I just mean collective.
No, I'm not. You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You just hope it doesn't. For Buck, it's so hard because you put Jace Peterson in the spot. Workman's getting ready to come on. Remember, the Orioles still have another at bat. Foul back by Vasquez. Buck's trying to figure out how to get through game 2 and then 4 games against Houston. With the pitching staff already decimated, and minor leagues, of course, long done, so you don't have anybody. There's nobody else to bring up.
I think you maybe have one or more choices in there. Finally,
you can end. On the strikeout for Peterson, that the Red Sox had 4 more, and they lead it 19-3. Madison is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide, that's transparency. By Chesapeake Employers Insurance, Maryland's largest writer of workers' compensation insurance. And by Johns Hopkins Orthopedics. When you have a setback, they set you up for a comeback. Let's see, Vasquez is going to stay and play third. And Brandon Workman will come on for Embry. Embry, 2 innings, 1 strikeout.
Yeah, we've seen Workman this year, and actually he's pitched really well. I mean, look at the numbers. I mean, this is the guy that came over the Tommy John surgery in 2015, so the velocity's back up. He's got a big overhand curveball, and he's done a nice job for him. again, now it just seems okay. Who are you going to pick when you get into the postseason? Only 4 of the last 19 appearances, so very low ERA over his last 19 appearances. And then again, he's pitched in 41 games, only given up runs in 9 of those all year long. That's right.
DJ Stewart's going to pinch hit here against Workman, and first pitch will be grounded into the shift. Moreland will make a little underhanded flip to Workman and get the out, a pitch and an out here in the 9th inning. Well, enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Austin wins. Base hit, a walk, and he's popped out. 1 down here in the 9th inning. Price will be the winner. The starter will be 16-7. Meisinger is going to take the loss. Meisinger will go 2-1. Orioles' 14th starter of the year. And unfortunately, lasted for Ryan just a third of an inning, 5 runs, 4 hits. Red Sox are going to pick up their 107th win. Each one will add to a new franchise record. Orioles are going to lose their 112th game of the year. And a check swing on a pitch away. Orioles got all their runs together in the 2nd inning. 3 runs, 3 hits. A Mancini solo shot, 2-run homer by Nunez. Red Sox have scored not every inning, but close enough. They did not score. It's easier to tell you that way. They didn't score in the 2nd or the 3rd. They scored in every other inning. Ground ball will go to second base. Winslow will make a running throw on it and get the out. 2 down. Two away, bases empty, and Steve Wilkerson will stand in. Wilkerson hitting 9th has had an 0 for 3, couple of ground ball outs, and he has struck out. A little slider that comes inside.
Yeah, Workman, who was a 2nd-round draft pick by the Red Sox, and then the Tommy John starter all the way through the minor league season.
Swing and a miss. The 19 runs equals the Red Sox high, and that was against the Orioles. This is the 2nd time they have scored 19 runs against the Orioles. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Workman's delivery in the air towards left center. Back on the warning track near the wall, and it'll bounce. Travis was very unsure about that ball, and Benintendi couldn't get there in time to help him out, and it will be a double for Wilkerson.
And he will take it.
Travis out there in left, trying to figure out where he was, just very tentative going back after the ball. Hasn't had a lot of time out there.
Oh, he can play all over, and and again, the wind's blowing out. You got the green monster. We saw Benintendi on a routine pop fly have to bang against the wall, you mentioned, back in the 1st.
So the Orioles pick up hit number 8. And here is Cedric Mullins. Workman's delivery to him on the inside corner. He's had a walk to get on base. Otherwise, a couple of strikeouts and a ground ball out. 5 home runs hit in this ball game by the Red Sox. 0-1. Mullins will take it. Sharp bite down and in. 1-1 delivery on the way. That's a strike.
Yeah, just
those home runs, Jim, I was just looking. It's 36 now for the Red Sox against the Orioles. Orioles have hit 15 against them. Lord, that's a lot of home.
Oh, it is, and that's why I didn't think the Orioles would ever be able to have an ERA as high as it did last year, but they're working on it. I mean, it came in 15th out of 15 teams.
That one popped up towards left. Travis coming hard. This ball game is over. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. First of the doubleheader goes to the Red Sox. 19-22-0 for them. The Orioles go 3-8-0, and the Red Sox 107 wins on the year now.